I think we're getting ready to roll here. I might be a little bit on the early side, just by a couple of minutes. But I see I'm not the only one. We got some folks here in the chat. We are... Whoops, one second here. Let's mute my own stream. How about that? And let's skip my own ad. How about that? Not that I encourage you folks to do that, of course, but... Welcome, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order. And it is time for one of our 2... Wonder Trade. I was about to say Warp Ride. I just had a nap. I just woke up. I'm not altogether with it here. One of our 2 Wonder Trade sessions here this week, because we finished some massive battling over the past couple days. The Wi-Fi battling with all these cool Pokemon that had prizes we were giving out and all sorts of crazy battles going on. Awesome battles. If you weren't here for it, you should go back and check those out. Those were pretty cool. And we'll have another one of those in about 7 weeks' time. But as of right now, we got a lot of prize Pokemon left to send out. Today's going to be the Wonder Trading Day. So I see Spidey Motion is here. We see Alex Carrier. We got Joshua Pokemon Goer, Katie Sue Vale, Trainer Joey YT, Noivern Fan 23, Sailor Pika. Welcome everybody who is here, and welcome to everybody who is not yet here. That should cover everyone tonight. Alright, so what can I show you here? In fact, I'm going to go right into connecting to the internet. Actually, wait, I'm going to go into the Wonder Trade. Wait a minute. Hang on there, game. 1 second. Let's get the Wonder Trade up. What I'm going to do, since this is going to be sort of, there's going to be one session tonight and another session following up on Thursday for future Wonder Trades, I have a whole bunch of Pokemon to send out. I got to break it up into 2 sessions because we're trading out, what would this be? Basically the equivalent of 3 boxes today of Pokemon. And I see Kanto Champion Red is here, very silent as always, a man of few words. Even to today's standards, like even 20 years later, you never speak. But, I mean, that's cool. It's always good to leave some, you know, the air of mystery. You don't know what's going on here. I'm glad I know what's going on. I know how to make things work with these YouTube live stream events now. Sweet. It's weird. I was trying to figure out, like, you can set an event. I could start streaming to the event, but for some reason it would not put me live. The thing is, there's a whole separate section as you're doing your live events, control room. I didn't know that. Nothing showed me that, but I know what I'm doing. All right, so we have a whole box of Brock. We have, you know what I want to do is make a different layout for these Wonder Trade days. Can't do that right now. I am way too late to do that. We have, actually, there's not a whole box of everything, but we're going to spend today sending half this box remainder. I've split them up into 2 halves, as you can see. We got a whole bunch of Mudkip. We got a whole bunch of Electrike. There are Snivy. Had to stop and think. We have a bunch of Froakie as well, and Kadabra. So we're going to be doing that, all trading these out. We're not going to start just yet. And, okay, so normally what I would do, I would say, I'm going to type go in the chat, and that's when you guys want to click your trade button as well. Since there's a lot going on, a lot of trading and stuff, and I don't want to spam my own chat with just saying go, what I'm going to do, basically, once you see me start trading out, I'm going to trade the first line of these Totodile, then I'm going to move on to the next box, trade the top line of these Mudkip, and go on so down the line. So as soon as you see me start trading out the Pokemon that you want to get, I would say that's when you want to start clicking your trade as well. And hopefully we'll sync up. The stream itself is only maybe 30 seconds behind, so you're not going to be that far off. Like, you might not get the first one I send out, but you might have a chance to get one of the later ones. But if you're just going to start Wonder Trading like crazy yourself, go ahead. We might sync up at some point. And Miranda Decker, hello. Welcome to our stream here tonight. Spidey Motion asking, can you have an Abra? If you're lucky, you can get an Abra for sure. And how long will the stream be for today? Unknown Spike says. That's unknown. But basically, as soon as we get through the first half of each box, we're going to end the stream off at that point. And Joshua, you're learning something new every day. Look, that's me, right? I'm learning all sorts of stuff. And when is the next battle stream? It's going to be on Friday. We're getting back to our usual routine of the more standard, easier battles where I'm using Pokemon from my main playthroughs, which are not quite as high stat as these ones have been. So it's going to be easier for you folks to get some prizes along the way. Next week will be Fire-type Pokemon. Also, I should have a link in my description. Do I? Show more. Yes, you can click onto my Twitter. It is clickable. Awesome. Go to my Twitter. I put a little poll at the top of my Twitter feed. I pinned it up there. Which Fire-type Pokemon should I breed up as prizes for next week's battles. I put up a few options. I said Charmander, Magby, representing the Magmar that Blaine used in the anime. I said Chimchar as well, and currently Chimchar is in the lead, but I left the fourth option that just says Other, and if anyone has a different suggestion, go ahead and click Other and just leave a comment in response to what Pokemon you would like to see me breed up. And I'll see, I put the poll up for a few days. We'll see what the front runner is for that Pokemon. Alright, how was my day, Joshua asked. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that as we get started. I'm about to start doing some Wonder Trading right now. Now, I do not have the resources to get heart scales on every one of these Pokemon to bring back some other moves, but as I always say, heart scales are pretty easy to come by. Plus, a lot of the times you're going to want to be using your TMs to teach these Pokemon different attacks. So let's see what we get for our first Sheer Force Totodile. Now, okay, most of these Pokemon, the last 5, were bred to have specific nature, specific abilities, and movesets, stuff like that. I will admit, the Totodile that I have bred up, I did not have the full grasp of how to breed properly at that point. They have kind of random natures, but they are good for breeding partners to start off with. So our first trade partner is Mark from Germany. And so how was my day? Well, Ninja Duot, hello. I got to hold on to a Froakie for you, as I said, for all that frustrations and stuff that went on, and the fact that, what was it? Yeah, you battled me with the Snivy. And it wasn't, I thought it was a full battle. I'm going to hold off on that Froakie for you because I did say that. Unknown Spike is at 100% right now. I look great today? Well, thank you very much. I actually, maybe I got a little bit of beauty sleep there. I just, so, here was my night. I'll talk about my day in a second there, Joshua, but my night went thusly. I was up kind of late. Of course, we did that stream for the battling till about 11:15 or so, my time. And, when the battles were finally complete, I had to keep working on editing some Pokemon Go. So I made sure that was saving up. I went to sleep. Maybe it was the excitement of showing off the video. Maybe it was the fact that it's still crazy hot in this house and I'm melting throughout the night. Didn't get a lot of sleep. I woke up pretty early. But that gave me time to finish the editing for Pokemon Go, finish that video, upload it. It actually went up. I was expecting 1 o'clock, but it actually went up at 11. So Tony3310 from France is getting the next Totodile. So, all that being said, I was sleepy. In fact, after the video uploaded, I went and laid down a little bit longer. Went out and did some Pokemon going, failed a Registeel raid, so I'm now 1 for 2 on Registeel. My perfect record has been tarnished. But I got some good items from the battle, 10 rare candies, and came back here, and admittedly, I was still feeling tired. I think maybe it was too warm out there. It was a really muggy day. And I was just like kind of sweating and stuff like that. I had to just rest and pass out a little bit. But I'm here. I'm ready for Wonder Trading. So once we get through the first 6 of these Pokemon, these ones here, I'm going to take a look at what we got in return. We just got a Picky Peck from Mr. 3310 there. So the day has been kind of productive. I went to go up and I was going to grab a nice little snack of pizza. Because I didn't have much to eat for breakfast, so I was going to get something while I was out and about. And the pizza place I like to go to, it's open 7 days a week. So I was like, yes, I can get a nice little small thing there, get a drink, and I go walking up, and for whatever random lucky reason, today was like the one day ever they're closed for renovations. But I went to a little diner that I've shown off in the videos before, Pokemon Go videos, Top's Diner, uptown, and I got burger and fries. They had a special deal. Soup, burger, fries, and a drink and stuff like that. Wasn't bad. Good way to fuel up. Now, Noivern fans, Swampert is now... So, Spidey Motion suggesting Blaziken, maybe. So, yeah, Torchic could be an option. And if someone wants to throw that over on Twitter, go right ahead. And Swampert's moveset is now Hydro Pump, sorry, no, Hydro Cannon, Mud Bomb, Avalanche, and Rock Slide. Excellent stuff. So, how does it get Avalanche? Because I know that my Swampert from back in the earlier generations, he has Avalanche, but it's a TM move from back in the day that he can't get back right now. Unless, is it a move tutor move now? Because I could possibly replace that, actually. I've been looking for something that might be a little bit better than Avalanche. Maybe I'll do that. Hello to Greg. Welcome to our stream tonight here. Shiny Seeker 64, hello as well. Hopefully you guys are here, or girls. Hopefully you folks are here for some cool Wonder Trading as Serena from Spain gets our 4th Totodile. Alex got fire. Very cool. No, I'm not going to say go Ninja Duet. There's too much trading to do tonight. I'm just going to be... As soon as I start trading the first Pokemon in a batch, if you want one of those, you start doing your trading as well. I mean, Sometimes it doesn't even matter if we click at the exact same time. Sometimes I'm going to take 30, 40, 50 seconds, and you might only take 10. So we're not guaranteed to sync up regardless anyway. Alright, we got ourselves a Dredagon, which I always think looks like a pretty interesting design. I will rag on Gen 5, once we get there, for some of the designs of Pokemon. Because like, I kinda... some of them don't sit well with me. I mean, I don't want to hate on Klinklang, but... Gears. Why Gears? Why is that a Pokemon? Not to say it's not good. Not to say it is good. But regardless, Gears. Let's see what's going on here. So Fox Plays, you're welcome for that fight last night. Thankfully we could battle together and show that legendaries are strong, but strategy is stronger. And that's what I was saying to a friend of mine there too. It's like, you know, a lot of people think you get a legendary Pokemon and guaranteed the stats are amazing on legendary Pokemon, but strategy can overcome those, you know, shortcomings, right? So you can use, like, call them lesser, air quote, Pokemon, and with the right moves and combos and strategies, and with, like, the proper mindset of the trainer behind them, you can overcome the power of legendary Pokemon. And I kind of like doing that on this channel to show off there's, you know, there's other ways to do it. Joshua says, sorry to hear about Registeel. It's been raining here. Turtle power for... What was the turtle power for? I probably said something I completely missed out on. Maybe you're talking about Spritz back here. I don't know. So our last Totodile of the first line, trading out right now. And then we'll do a recap on the first 6 that we got back. Yeah, so Registeel, I don't mind I didn't catch it. I mean, I got a pretty good one for starters. If you saw that Pokemon Go video earlier, I did get a top-tier max defense Registeel from my first encounter. It's not often I catch my first legendary when we do a Pokemon Go raid, but I did and I was happy. So, Ruben from Spain getting the last of these first 6 Totodile. And does Tops have good pizza, Yuyake is asking. To be honest, I don't know. I did see it was on their menu, but I thought with all these other options available, they had all sorts of, like, they got a lot of different things there. I might start going there quite often and sampling a lot of the menu. This sounds like an advertisement for Tops Restaurant in Uptown St. John. If you happen to be by there, tell them Professor Chaz sent you. They're not going to know what you're talking about, but maybe someday they might. I don't know. So we got a cutie fly for that last Totodile. Tepig could be a prize Pokemon, Noivern fan is saying. You know what? I got to make this chat bigger. Hang on. Or I got to scroll back up. So we're going to recap the Pokemon in just a sec, but I'll get caught up on what we're saying. Do I have Luxray? I do not have Luxray, but maybe someone in the chat might be able to help you out there. While we're doing these Wonder Trades, you folks can set up for doing some trades, of course. And amazing stream tonight. It hasn't even really begun yet, but thank you, Fox Plays. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I live up to that expectation. So yeah, Tepig could be a prize Pokemon, says Noivern Fan 23. Spidey Motion is hunting for me. Me? Or for Pokemon for me? Or what? And Ninja Duo saying, Goo. Why Goo? Why is Purple Sludge a Pokemon? Okay, you had me at the whole why is Sludge a Pokemon. I can see that being that point. Do not talk ill of the color purple, my good sir. Or ma'am, but I think sir. Because I love the color purple. So, if they make any Pokemon purple, it makes sense. They could take a purple mouse. Actually, we have Rattata, never mind. Alright, and ooh, Alex has shiny Vulpix. Very awesome. And Foot Fungus, welcome Foot Fungus back to our channel. And does anyone have a Weavile for trade? That could be an interesting thing for like a later stream when we get to a dark or ice gym for those battles for that week. Maybe I'll try to get a whole batch of Sneasel with Razor Claws, because you can get Razor Claws from wild Pokemon, and I could spend some time trying that. I know Weavile is one of the harder Pokemon to come by in the Alola region, so maybe I'll do that. Oh, a pizza reference. That's what you're talking about, Pokemon. Joshua Pokemon Goer. I gotcha. And Unknown Spike has, I'm going to say, liked the stream. That might be a typo, but let's say you like the stream, yeah. Super Ash, hello, welcome to our stream tonight. It is their favorite diet, of course. Yeah, Joshua, the old pizza for the turtles. Pizza power. Are you late? No, you are not late. So I'm going to get caught up again in just a second, but let's see what we got for starters. We have a Strong Jaw, Rash, Yungoos. I like to check the stats here, too. It's got Tackle. Kind of average stats on that. It's from Germany, though. That's kind of cool. We have a Skill Link, Mild, Picky Peck next with Peck Growl and Echoed Voice Rock Smash. Basic stats, so another probably random catch there. We next have a level 60, I'm assuming the Ultra Warp Ride, Sigilyph, or Sigilyph, Quirky Nature with Wonder Skin, Air Slash, Psychic, Cosmic Power, and Sky Attack. And yep, that's a Wormhole Pokemon, alright, 3 guaranteed max stats. Next is another quirky Pokemon, Drudagon, with the Rough Skin ability, Night Slash, Dragon Tail, Rock Climb, and Super Power, and basic stats on that. We now have a Jolly Stamina, Mudbray, Mud Slap, Mud Sport, Rototiller, and Bulldoze. That looks like it's fresh out of Route 4? I think, just outside Paniola City, or Paniola Town. Basic stats, and last but not least, a Cutie Fly, Honey Gather ability, Jolly Nature, Absorb, Fairy Wind, Stun Spore, Struggle Bug with basic stats. So that is the first line of Totodile. Let's now start off with the first line of Mudkip. So if you folks want some of these Mudkip, you're going to see me start trading up in just a moment. You know what I can actually do? I'm going to wait and watch my feed, or my, I'm going to call it feedback. That's the wrong term. Feedback's a bad thing. My replay. And as soon as I go over to the box, I'm going to start trading out, so you guys are kind of in sync. There we go. We are ready to start with the first line of Mudkip. Alright, let's see here. Shiny Secret 64, you lost 10 Ho-Oh in a row. You're talking about Pokemon Go, I would assume, because that is kind of, that can be kind of standard for some players. The positive thing is, I'm assuming you managed to defeat those raids and got the items at least. Alright, so M Game from France is getting the first of our Mudkip. Fox Plays 101, you enjoy my content, awesome stuff. Really saying this for everyone. You're thanking me for taking time to keep you satisfied and keep you enjoying all the things that I enjoy and battling for enjoyment. That's the idea. Like, I like playing these games and doing this on my own, but I like the idea that I can sort of facilitate bringing people together. And, like, if you're all Wonder Trading at the same time as I am, you might be trading with yourselves out there, too. That'd be kind of cool. So I appreciate the compliments, and thank you very much. And thank you for being here. Noivern fan got a Luxray. Okay, so someone that was asking for Luxray might have a chance there. Let's send out our second Mudkip. And these are all damp ability, I'm pretty sure. I gotta keep checking the chat. They should make better scroll buttons for this. Popular Girl is back from vacation, so no more guaranteed Pokestop at the hotel, or the gym, but hopefully you still have options for that for your Pokemon going. What is my favorite shiny purple Pokemon? Super Ash is asking. That... I like the look of Magcargo. Now, honestly, I don't know every single shiny purple Pokemon. I know generally all the purple Pokemon, but the shiny forms I'm a little bit unfamiliar with. But yeah, I like the way Magcargo looks. It's a nice purple lava bubbly slug creature. And despite the fact that purple is my favorite color, I kind of like shiny Gliscor, which is not purple. Normally it is, but of course it's a sort of a light blue shiny version for Gliscor. So I kind of like that one. But generally, show me a purple Pokemon, I'd be hard-pressed to say, you know, I'm going to be going, as the meme tends to say. Alright, we got 2 Mudkips sent out there. And let us send the third, and I'll get caught up once again here. And boom, off and running. So let's see, so Foot Fungus says, I really want a Weavile. You love that. The ice type is your favorite ice type. It is very good. It's very fast. Hits really hard. So that could be an option for either... There's no Dark Gym in Johto, is there? No, because there was Karen, the Dark Trainer, but she's the Elite Four. So eventually, as we go through all the different gyms and the typings thereof, and I keep bringing my teams like that, we have Price, I believe his name is, in Mahogany Town. So Ice type will be coming at that point. We might do Weavile then, or sorry, Sneasel then if you folks are interested. I guess if that's a thing, I should probably start harvesting up Razor Claws. So we got a Staryu from Kitty for that Mudkip. CRJ 2002, hello, welcome to our stream tonight. We're doing some Wonder Trading of our Pokemon that we have stored up for prizes. We got 2 more Mudkip left, I think, on our first... No, 3 more, never mind. I'm getting way ahead of myself. 33% ahead of myself, to be specific. And, okay, for 1 second there, Popular Girl, you're saying hello to want my Foot Fungus. I didn't notice the @ I thought you were asking somebody if they want your Foot Fungus. And I was like, I don't know if you'll have someone take you up on that one. We have Red Falcon in the chat. 3. I will say 4, 5, 2, 1. I don't know. Welcome to our stream. And hello to Haxo Wolfie. Welcome to our Wonder Trade stream tonight. Getting some more Pokemon sent out for you folks there. And am I making mods? No, I'm not making mods. That's not going to come for a long time. And let's see here. Joshua can't really complain, waiting on a T4 or a level 4 raid, see if it's the Lola Marowak. I want a Lola Marowak. So that was another thing I went to do today. I wanted to go out and see if there were any raids happening. The entire time I was out, uptown, oh yeah, there were raids happening. There was even a level 3 at one point. I was thinking, it's the Raichu. Boom, Machamp. I was waiting for a level 4, and what did it become? Actually, no, I think I had to come home before the level 4 hatched. But I did that level 5, the Registeel, didn't catch it, but I got some cool items, which is really the main reason I go to the raids if I've already caught the Pokemon. And Ninja Dua, you've learned to be a bit more patient from Pokemon Stream of all places, so you've been satisfied. Alright. And what's going on here? So you are back, Foot Fungus. You didn't miss too much, just doing some trading here. We got from from Alberta, Canada. Yumi is going to get the next Mudkip. And if anyone wants to know, Shiny Secret 64 is alien. I'm sure we all were looking to hear that, so thank you for letting us know, keeping us apprised of the situation. We got a Cubone. And Noivern has a shiny purple Araquanid. I didn't know they were purple. That's pretty cool. I'm so far behind in the chat. We have Jace Keller is here. Welcome. We have NBA Live Mobile DZ. Welcome. And who else popped in? PokeKid Plays. Welcome to our Wonder Trading stream. As I said, we're sending out the first half of the boxes of all the remaining prize Pokemon that were not claimed from our battle streams these past couple days. We're only doing half the boxes today. I'm going to keep the other box, or the other Pokemon stored up in the boxes up until this coming Thursday for a follow-up Wonder Trade session. Clear out all of these PC boxes. I can start breeding up Pokemon for the upcoming 6 weeks of battling. So, as I said earlier, if you folks want to leave your feedback on what Fire-type Pokemon you want me to breed up for as the prizes for this upcoming Fire-themed battle stream coming Friday, go over to my Twitter. There's a link down in the description, and I put up a little poll. You guys can click on that and leave your feedback. What Fire-type would you like to see me breed? I threw a couple basic suggestions up there. I said Charmander, Magby, Chimchar. Someone suggested Torchic could be a thing, but I've left a 4th spot open that says Other. You can click that, leave your comment down below, and let me know what you'd like to see for a possible prize. Popular Girl saying the stream is really delayed. So what I'm going to do, though, as I said, once this line is done, I'm going to recap these Pokemon. I'm going to then go over to the next box, and I'm going to see, with the replay, when I pop into that box. And that's when you folks know to start trading. Alright, so let's get caught up on these Pokemon that we just picked up. We are through that line. So we have a Hardy, a Gluttony, Eradicate with Sucker Punch, Super Fang, Double Edge, and Endeavor. Mediocre stats on that one. We have Magikarp with Swift Swim, Relax Nature, Splash, and Tackle. Basic as well. We have a Quiet Natural Cure Staryu with Psy-Wave, Swift, Bubble Beam, and Camouflage. Not bad physically right there. Next is a Modest Technician Meowth. Now, Technician boosts the attacks that are like 60 power or less, I believe. It's kind of cool. Scratch, Growl, and Bite, and fantastic HP and nice attack despite the nature being a lowering one. We next have a Lightning Rod, Modest Cubone. Tail Whip, Bone Club, Headbutt, and Leer with nice special defense on that. And the last Pokemon we got was a Drizzle. Not bad. Pelipper, Relax Nature with Stockpile, Swallow, Spit Up, and Roost. And fantastic defense. Actually, that's good. The defense is boosted with the nature as well. Alright, so popping over to the Surge box. We got a lot of these to send out. So once I am up to date, up to speed, again, I like to throw 2 words together in my head and they come out as a fusor, so to speak, using Beast Wars terms. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't really work out for me. But you get the idea. We're in the Surge box now. We're going to start up these trades. And let's see if we can get. Alright. Popular Girl says, since the delay, why don't I say go to know when to Wonder Trade? Because, frankly, I don't want to spam my own chat with go, 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 constantly all the time. Because we're doing a lot of trading. That's why I'm holding off until the stream shows me in the box. And then that's when you folks know to start clicking trade. Because I'm not going to click my own trade until I see that you guys can see that I'm up to speed. And Foot Fungus mostly plays Pokemon Ultra Moon and Showdown. Katie Sue, did anyone get an Arceus up for trade? Or does anyone have an Arceus up for trade? Did I go to a pre-release? We didn't have ours yet, but this coming Saturday, we're going to have our Celestial Storm pre-release at Heroes Beacon. I'll be doing my usual thing of doing my recording, showing off some of the battles there, looking at some of my own cards that I pick up from that pre-release. So look forward to that. Possibly, I would like to say Sunday, if I can edit it quickly enough. I'm kind of getting quicker at editing videos, so that could be a thing. So we'll see. But if not, I'm going to say probably Monday at the latest. I will really strive to get that video put together for you. And Joshua got a shiny Fennekin from Wonder Trade. Awesome stuff. Not bad at all. Jace, you went today. So did you get any awesome cards? I think I saw someone mention a Pokemon GX. Did you get an amazing Pokemon GX? And Greg says you don't anymore. You got your shiny one. You got a Bayonet GX. Okay. Hello to Ruben. Welcome to our stream. I saw your comment. I didn't respond yet because I am, as you must know by now, folks, notoriously slow for responding to YouTube comments. But I saw you were saying the last couple streams have been a little bit later for you, and that actually leads me to thinking what I want to start doing is maybe shifting the times around a little bit for these streams and these different sessions. So, what I was going to say too, tomorrow is going to be one of our Pokemon Go streams where I do some gifting with you folks. What I'm going to do with that is, I've discovered if I wait and do those later in the day rather than first thing when I wake up in the morning, it's easier on me to get a bunch of gifts stored up for you folks, because I'll usually have gone out, done my uptown walk around, restocking items, refilling my gift supply, and I'll have 10 for sure to send out at some point during the day. So I'm going to aim for around 5 o'clock maybe for our Pokemon Go streams from now on. I also think I'm going to limit it down to just Mondays and Fridays, so we don't overwhelm with too many people getting their friends, or me adding their friend codes in and then having to take names out so much more often to make space for local people. Not that it's really a bad thing to take names out, because as we have learned, it does keep your level of friendship with who you unfriend, but I kind of don't want to have to make people feel like, he unfriended me, what did I do wrong, or something like that. I just don't want to make anyone feel bad. Even though I don't, maybe I don't think people would feel bad, but just to try to save feelings, I guess. And it also helps me with not having to, sometimes I'll have to save my gift openings for when we're doing the streams, and sometimes I really need maybe more Pokeballs or Pinap berries, so I just start opening gifts like crazy. So we have Rafa from Sao Paulo, Brazil, our next trade partner. Joshua Pogoer got Mewtwo GX from the Shiny Ho-Oh set. Is that was from Shining Legends, correct? Did you get the one where it's in the tank? That's the really super rare one people want. We just got us a Mimikyu. And Foot Fungus just got a level 100 Tapu Lele with Pokerus. That sounds pretty cool. Whenever I get something like that, I don't want to talk down on that, but whenever I get something like that, I generally assume it's been hacked, but I'm not going to use it anyway. I'm not going to add in a level 100. I actually like training my Pokemon up. So generally, if I ever get something like that, I just send it right back out. I add it to my collection of trade-out Pokemon. But for you to get that is awesome. Good nature, I believe that is. And still pretty decent. And hello to Meme Dude Guy 502. Welcome to our stream tonight. Wonder trading out a whole bunch of these Pokemon. I wonder how long this will take, because we're only just about halfway through the first line of the boxes, and we're a half hour into it. But however long it takes, if you guys want to stick around, you're welcome to hang out. And Unknown Spike saying, please read the comments. I'm probably not going to be able to scroll back and read all the comments tonight, so if you said something important, just repeat it. I'll try to catch it. Apologies, it is hard to keep up with the chat as we get a bunch more people in here. So Latios and Latios Prism Star and Steven Full Art and Rayquaza Rainbow Rare. That's pretty decent to get. We got us a Gyarados from Lori or Loris. Alright, so we have one more, I think. And if not, we'll recap this first batch of Pokemon. No, we got two! Again! I'm getting ahead of myself. Ruben got traded an obviously hacked shiny Beedrill with perfect outstanding stats, perfect nature and ability with all the recommended Smogon moves. I mean, yeah, it's probably hacked. But I mean, it can still be usable and stuff like that. Now, I've heard, the reason I don't like to use those is because I've heard that they can sometimes detect if a Pokemon's been hacked or not, and it can affect your game. Like they can, block you from online play and stuff like that. So whenever I get something like that, I do keep it to the side. I'll just send it right back out later on, just to make sure that I don't, harm my game. Just to be careful. And Super Ash asking, can I say go? I'm not going to say go tonight. There's too much trading to do. But as soon as you see me start trading from a box, start trading. Because even if I was to say go, we're not guaranteed to sync up. Because, like, sometimes it's going to take me 30 seconds to find someone. It might take you a minute. It might take you 10 seconds. There's no guarantee that me saying go is going to help anyways. So we're going to send our last one here. Basically, as I said, as soon as you see me start trading from a box, if you want that Pokemon, just start trading like crazy. We're just going to wait and see what happens. Alex, looks like you got a shiny Young Goose, you're saying? Jay says the stream is fine now. Okay. And Unknown Spec, your favorite shiny is Noibat and Noivern. What is my favorite card from the upcoming TCG set? That's a good question. The answer is, I don't even know. I have not even seen any of the cards just yet, to be completely honest. I've heard what some of the GXs are. I mean, some people here have told me, but I haven't looked into it. I like to wait and be surprised when I open up packs and see what these cards are. So once I do my footage recording, I will let you know what my favorites are. I'll probably mention in the video itself. Is this Wonder Trade or GTS? It is Wonder Trade, as it says right down below the old face. So that is it for that batch of Electrike. Let's do a recap on what we got. We have a Bashful Static Mareep with Growl, Thunderwave, Thundershock, and Cotton Spore. Looks like it's a wild catch, but those aren't bad stats. We next have a Blaze Bold Charmander with Scratch, Growl, and Counter. Those look like good stats. Let's see what the IVs are. Ah, those numbers looked good. That Hexagon, not quite so much. Next, we have a Mimikyu, a female, level 1, with Adamant Nature. That's looking good. Disguise ability, of course, with Splash, Scratch, Astonish, and Copycat. That one looks like it's been bred. Very nice. I get a lot of Mimikyu that are really bred really well. We now have a Gyarados, Jolly Nature with the Intimidate ability. Jolly's good. Speed up, special attack down. With Splash, Tackle, Flail, and Bite. Kind of nice stats, too. We now have a Fletchling with the Serious Nature, which is neutral. Big Pecs. I see 4 markings on this one. Tackle, Growl, and Tailwind. And yeah, pretty good. The HP is no good, but the rest is pretty decent. And finally, a Naughty Keen-Eyed Skarmory at level 27 with Air Cutter, Fury Attack, Feint, and Swift. And kind of a basic catch there as well. Alright, moving on into the Snivy box. So I'm going to hold off until I see I'm caught up on my replay. Then I'm going to start trading off the first line. And let's see. Popular Girl says, once you get a Pokerus non-shiny female Froakie with protein ability from Wonder Trade, that might be hacked. Who knows? But like sometimes when I do these Wonder Trades, I will admit I might be using hacked Pokemon for all I know to breed some Pokemon. All I really do is use them for the stats. If they have 5 max IVs, I'll use them as like a parent to try to pass the stats down. So people have asked me before, are the Pokemon that I send out hacked? And they are bred in game, so they are not hacked. But I can't vouch for the legitimacy of their 2 parents, because there could be something going on there. I have no way to know that. Generally, if I see a 6 IV Pokemon, I assume that one's been hacked, and I don't use those for breeding. But, did I check your tweet, Super Ash says? I looked at the tweet. Yeah, I forgot to read the link again. Didn't I have a to-do list? I didn't do my to-do list. I mean, okay, let's defend myself a little bit. I did go for 3 hours, 15 minutes last night, and I kind of had to work on the Pokemon Go, so I did pass out after that. But I have my to-do list saved. Now, I'm going to add to my to-do list to do my to-do list after this stream is done. Hopefully that does the trick. Shiny Cranidos luck is real, says Alex. Awesome stuff. Does that mean you actually just got one? Alright, so we're going to trade out another Patrick. And Noivern fan just got a Kanto Vulpix. And let's see here. Hello, Danny, in the chat. How am I today? Slightly on the sleepy side, but otherwise fine. How are you doing today? Thanks for popping into our stream tonight. And Lego Deadpool. I don't think I called out your name. Hello, Lego Deadpool. And can you breed Marshadow with Ditto? I don't think you can. Being a mythical Pokemon, I'm pretty sure Marshadow would not be tradable. But sometimes you can breed certain things like that. But my guess would be no. Ruben has a Meteor Mash Lucario from a friend with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but it didn't have Bullet Punch. Is that a move you can teach with a Heart Scale, or is that just an egg-only move? Because it would be hard to get. Well, if it's a female Lucario, you could always breed it with something that can learn Bullet Punch, and the offspring Riolu would have that. And let's see here. Ruben now has to go through the whole thing of getting Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash on your physical Lucario. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, I know a lot of people find stuff like breeding for egg moves and natures and stuff, they find it tedious and boring and stuff. Maybe it's just because I have no real life, but I don't mind sitting around doing stuff like that. You know, I'll throw on usually a nice repeat stream from or not even stream, a playthrough of Markiplier, one of my favorites. And as I'm watching some of his stuff, I'll just be doing a bunch of egg hatching and all that too, and just try to get some cool Pokemon. Nick from the United States getting another Snivy here. And let's see, Professor Hulk will teach you. Professor Hulk will teach me what? The only mythical and legendaries that can breed are Rotom and Manaphy. And as Foot Fungus saying that Marshadow can have a gender, that is true, but then so can Latios and Latios, and they can't breed. Heatran can also have a gender, but it can't breed either. So, gender does not necessarily mean breeding is going to be a thing. And let's see. What about Cosmog or Nebby? I guess they can't either. Now, the way you can get another Cosmog in regular Sun and Moon, I know you do something where you go to the Lake of the Sun or the Lake of the Moon, and you... No, wait, you have to go through the wormhole and go to the reverse world, and then go to the Lake Altar, and you get another Cosmog there. That allows you to trade it, or train it up to become another, like a Cosmoem or something like that. But, or evolve it to your legendary, then you can trade it for the other legendary. But I'm pretty sure you basically only get 2 Cosmog, unless I'm mistaken. So Silver from Florida in the United States is our next trade. Oh, teach you how to smash like Hulk. I mean, you kind of need the muscle mass behind it to do that. But maybe Hulk could be a good teacher. He could tell you which weights to lift, what kind of vegetables and juice and stuff to take into your body to get that bulk. Or the gamma radiation could be a little tactic as well there. And Lego asking, can I please have Ditto? That brings up a good question. I can ask you folks what you think of this. Eventually, before too long, actually, we're going to get to the Goldenrod City Gym in my session of gym battling. That's the normal type gym. What do you think about this for an idea? I could go into my Pokemon Yellow version, get a whole box of Ditto, 30 Ditto, and send them up and have them available for the prize Pokemon for that week. By doing that, you gain the hidden ability, which doesn't really matter because you're going to just use it as a breeding partner, but you gain 3 guaranteed max IVs on Pokemon that are Poke transferred up from the Virtual Console games. That could be an idea for our normal type prize. Let me know what you think of that. And of course, I think what I'm going to start doing is continuously putting on Twitter every week a little poll to see what you folks want to have as a prize Pokemon for the upcoming battles. And, was it Dark Cinder Maya? Welcome, Dark Cinder Maya. I think I recognize the name. Your shiny Pokemon have Pokerus because you purposely spread it to them. Good call. I've heard after they have been, so to speak, cured of Pokerus, they still keep the effects of it. They just can't transfer it any further to any other Pokemon. So how do we have left on the trades? I've got one last Snivy from this first batch. And we'll check out what we got in return. Joshua says, the Hulk's weights are tanks and buildings. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Ditto is genderless. And Unknown Spike saying Ditto could be an idea. What did you miss, Miranda? Not too much. We're just doing some more trading. Throwing some ideas together for what we could have for future prizes in the battle streams. And talking about how the Hulk gets that built-up, bulky look of his. You know, bench pressing tanks and cars and buildings and moons, probably, I would assume. Bench pressing Thor, you know. Alright, last of our first line. Sending off again here. Are you guys connecting, Lego and Foot Fungus, in the chat? I hope you guys are actually doing some trading in there and meeting up with one another. Alright, so this was our last Snivy of the first row. We're going to recap what we got from Evangeline. We got a pick-a-pack. Dark Cinder Maya has way too many Pokemon with Pokerus. To be honest, even your Salamence has it. When people breed, can the parent pass the Pokerus and the 6 IVs? I'm not sure about the Pokerus, but you can pass IVs. I want to do something like this on the channel sometime. Show you a whole breeding session of what I do to breed my Pokemon. Basically, the two parent Pokemon, when you breed them, they pass down a guaranteed 3 IVs from either one down to the offspring. So what that means is 3 IVs are passed down, and they're randomly taken from either parent. So one might pass down the attack stat, the other might pass down defense, the other one pass down speed, right? Now, if you have one of them hold a Destiny Knot, you're guaranteed to pass 5 IVs from the parents. Either one can hold that Destiny Knot, and it works for the both of them. So if you can get 2 decent IV Pokemon and use them for breeding, give them Destiny Knot, you're passing 5 of them down. So that's kind of what I try to do for my Pokemon to give you guys some good stats for the prizes. Alright, quick recap. We have Bold, Thick Fat Makuhita with Tackle, Focus Energy, Sand Attack, and Arm Thrust. Kind of okay for the stats there. We next have a Quiet Inner Focus Zubat with Absorb, Supersonic, Astonish, and Bite. Looks kind of just a wild capture, pretty much. Fantastic speed, though. We now have a Corsola, a Sassy-natured Corsola with a Hustle ability, Bubble Beam, Refresh, Ancient Power, and Spike Cannon. Pretty good. I'm going to take a pause here. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and she just got back from a trip over to Europe. She has a bunch of Mr. Mime and Corsola in Pokemon Go. Ready for trade. It's a little bit too costly for me right now, because it's going to cost a lot of Stardust for those, but once we get to a better friends level and I have more Stardust built up, I might get my first Corsola and Mr. Mime in Pokemon Go. Legitimately, too. No cause for spoofing to help me out there, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, back onto our recap. We got a Spearow at level 9, Hasty Nature with Keen Eye ability. It's not bad. Defense down, speed up with Peck, Growl, Leer, and Pursuit. Basic stats on that. We now have a Fiero, the big guy, Timid Nature with Keen Eye, Aerial Ace, Mirror Move, Assurance, and Agility, and kind of decent on the stats there. Not the best nature for that, unfortunately. Finally, a Picky Peck with Bashful Nature, Skill Link ability, Peck, Growl, Echoed Voice, and Rock Smash. Look at my Cadaver blocking the... Look at this. Blocking the last attack. I didn't even notice. Alright, and we have basic stats on that. So I'm switching over to the Koga box. This one right here. Can I move you? I can't move you. I'm going to hang on to that, because I did tell Ninja Duat from last night there was a mix-up in our battle. This one we're going to hang on to you, or hang on to for you, Ninja Duat. We'll do that trade in a little bit. But the remainder, we're going to start one trading. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Wait till we're caught up on the stream. There we go. You guys see the boxes open. The trades begin. And Pokerus is a good thing for sure. That's right, CRJ. You had an EV with Pokerus spread to an EV from an egg. Very cool. How do you get a 6 IV Pokemon? Either one way is get super amazingly very crazy lucky, or basically you want to sort of chain breed down. Something that I like to do is if I can find a Pokemon with 3 max IVs, like say attack, defense, and speed, I'll send up one of my, or actually I send a whole box of Ditto from the virtual console that have the other 3 max IVs, HP, special attack, special defense. You put those 2 together and have them breed, and like I said, give the Destiny Knot, and just keep hatching egg after egg after egg, and hope one of the offspring inherits the 3 max IVs from one parent, 2 of the other ones from the other parent, and the 6th one, which is always randomly set up, hope that that happens to be maximum. That's the only real way in game to try to guarantee your chances at 6 IVs. Where do you get the Destiny Knot again? I think Wild Meowth can have it, but if you don't have that yet, go to the Battle Royal Dome in or on Akala Island, and for a set number of battle points, you can get Destiny Knot from one of the, call them the shopkeepers there behind the desk. And you can get Destiny Knot at the Nintendo place. I'm not sure whereabouts that is, but Battle Royal Dome, you can get there. I didn't know where to find it myself either, but I did manage to look online and find that for her. And yeah, Battle Royal. So actually, you guys are helping each other out without me even paying attention. Cheryl from Florida is up next. Joshua is only missing Mr. Mime. You get a person trading a Kangaskhan to you. Very nice. When Pokemon Go online trading will come? I don't know. To be completely honest, I don't kind of want it. I like the idea of, encouraging in-person connections like that. But if it comes, it comes. I'm not going to be like, it ruined the game. I'll just keep going with the way I like to play it. And if they do bring it, I'm not sure. Now, did you guys hear about this new thing about lucky Pokemon? Pokemon Go, the Twitter feed earlier today or last night or something, put up a little image just showing two people holding their phones to trade, saying, "Happy Trading Day" or something like that. Which, what Pokemon did you get in your very first trade? But people looked at the image, and it shows a Chansey, and underneath its name, it has in green text, it says Lucky Pokemon. And also, the Pikachu on the other phone, it shows its Pokedex entry. It shows seen a certain number, caught certain number, and it says Lucky, too. So there's something to do with, like, Lucky Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go. And it said they had, like, this sort of this flare behind them. Looks like almost like payday coins or something like that. So I don't know what that's about, but they say there's an update coming soon. Apparently, people have looked into the code, which I usually don't like to know about. I like to wait and be surprised, but I've heard some things that there is a new berry being added to the game. It looks like a silver Pinap berry. Celebi quests have been coded into the game, so that means Celebi could happen at any time as soon as all of our phones get pushed out for the update. So we just got Nebulac. I like that name. I'm not sure if that's the species name from a different language or if that's a nickname. Nebulac. Very cool. Alright, let us pop this other one here. We got 3 more Springers to go out. And yeah, Foot Fungus, you are saying it's complicated doing the IV training for sure, the IV breeding. It is complex, but I always say, like, despite the fact I try to make the best IV Pokemon for you folks for the prizes and stuff, the stats are not always the most important thing. It comes down to how the trainer uses the Pokemon. Was it Lautaro from the Distrito Federal in Mexico is our next trade partner. I keep missing who it is. Mr. Mime is there a lot. Interesting. So we wonder if that Spinda has the hidden ability. We'll check that, of course, in just a moment. Once we'll check it out. And I'm not sure if it's like Pokerus, but it's like... It just says Lucky Pokemon. Now, I think someone said it has to do with Stardust, and it takes less Stardust to power up these lucky ones. We got Larvesta. That's one thing I was considering for our Fire Prize. Who doesn't like a powerful Volcarona? But yeah, something to do with like Stardust, taking less to power up. Maybe it's less to trade. I'm not sure. I got no clue, really, what the Lucky Pokemon is going to mean. Alright, 2 more Froakie for our first batch here. Why is Froakie called that, you're asking? Well, generally, I'm naming Pokemon after the ones that I have in my main team. And in my Gen 5 team, I selected Froakie as my starter. And I named him Springer, because as a frog, he likes to spring around. You know, he bounces like a bouncing spring, I guess. Generally, I like to nickname my water starter with something that starts with the letter S. It's a tradition of mine. My first starter was my Squirtle named Shelbert. James from Mexico is our next trade partner. I then had a Totodile named Snapper, a Mudkip named Skippy, a Piplup named Slippin, and did I say Gen 5? I meant Gen 6. So yeah, going down the line, my Gen 6 starter had to be water, had to start with S. I decided let's go with a springy bouncing Springer. And Foot Fungus says maybe it's a Pokerus thing for the lucky Pokemon. That could be. What type is the next gym battle? Well, since we finished up with our Psychic-type gym from Kanto, if you guys can follow the Kanto map, we're heading down to Cinnabar Island next. It's going to be Fire-type. So I'm going to be putting together a Fire team for you guys to try to douse with your waters and your grounds and your rocks, and that's about it. But of course, a lot of my Pokemon will be Dual-type. Alright, last Froakie of this first batch being sent out right now. Hello to Le Gamer Gamer. Welcome to our stream tonight for some Wonder Trading. Hidden Ability Cyndaquil's being requested in the chat as well from Dark Cinder Maya. That could be a thing. CRJ says... Okay, wait a minute. Nebulac is German. Okay, I thought so. And the one thing you want in Pokemon Go is to be able to battle people. If you're near a player, you should be able to do a battle. But, you know, I'm sure they're trying to figure out how to make that happen. I can't figure out how they're going to do it, because the battle system we have is, you know, versus a CPU, and part of the important thing is being able to dodge. If both players are dodging, like, I'm not sure how that's going to work. For one thing, visually, it's like, you know, we circle the enemy that we're fighting. But if we're both trying to, like, you know, dodge, we're not going to be able to circle each other. So, I don't know. We just got a Terrakion, by the way. Don't want to gloss over that fact. We got a nice Legendary from Gen 5 now added to our collection. We're going to check out these stats here in just a little bit. Actually, right now, I think. I'll get caught up once again here. So, first of all, we started off with a, well, Adamant. Wonder what... Did they really nickname it intentionally because of the nature? They must have. Synchronized Adamant. Abra at level 1 with Teleport. Basic stats on that. We now have the Own Tempo Spinda. That's not the hidden ability, is it? What is the hidden ability on those? Do they get scrappy? I somehow think they get scrappy. With adamant nature, which is kind of decent. Tackle is the attack. Pretty decent stats on that. Not good attack-wise, but still, that could be covered up with some, you know, other breeding. And we now have Nebulac, the Ghastly, with Levitate, Jolly-Natured, Curse, Nightshade, Confuse Ray, and Sucker Punch. Basic stats. We now have Larvesta with the Flame Body ability, Timid Nature, Ember, and String Shot. I kind of somehow had a feeling this might have good stats. That's decent. Not good physically, but I'm sure it's probably more especially offensive anyway. A Timid Gluttony Grimer, a Lowland Grimer, is up next with Acid Spray, Poison Fang, Minimize, and Fling. Basic IVs, and now we have a Justified Bold Terrakion. It is from the Warp Ride, level 60. Sacred Sword, Swords Dance, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge. And attack, defense, and special defense are the best. Not a great nature, but I could probably try to breed a better one onto that. Just kidding, you can't breed these guys. That's probably why it was Wonder traded out. Alright, I'm going to scroll to the next box. We have, this is our final box here, Sabrina. Our Kadabra, Simon or Simone. I'm going to start trading some of these out. So this could be a chance for people to start getting Alakazam. Alright, wait for it to pop up on screen here, and I'll start trading one of those out. I now see a bit of a problem with me waiting for the replay to catch up. I'm sitting here staring at a screen. That's not entertaining. Alright, let's trade that first one up here. Thank you, LeGamer. Good job, Terrakion, indeed. CRJ, you missed the gym system in Pokemon Go right now. Oh, sorry, you missed the old system. You don't like the new one. I personally prefer the new one. As a Team Instinct player, the old gym system was terrible. Especially when you live in a town where Team Valor drives everywhere and takes over gyms, and the moment you start making headway to taking a gym down, one or two people come in and start powering it back up. That I don't like. So I really like the gym system myself now, personally. And they're going to come out with PvP. They're just working on the aspects of it, says Joshua Pogoer. We just got a Wishy-Washy. Yeah, it's like, I'm sure they'll give us some sort of battling at some point. I'm not sure what they're going to do or how they're going to do it, but when they finally do, it's going to be cool to see what they do with it, because a lot of people try to hate on Pokemon Go whenever something happens. Like, one of my favorite things to do, just because I feel like cringing at people, is whenever Pokemon Go announces, there's a new event, you're getting bonus catch candy, bonus hatching candy, you get a rare candy guaranteed from every single raid that you do, and half the distance for walking your eggs. These are all things they don't need to give us, but they give us that, and it's amazing. There's always that one person, oh gee, the candy's stupid, I want Stardust, give me double Stardust. It's like, well, first of all, they just gave us Stardust, didn't they? I think. No, that was experience. They're going to be giving us Stardust from the next global challenge. The other thing is, too, even though the candy might not be what that one particular person's looking for, I'm sure it's going to help out a lot of other players. Some people are they just want everything. Now. You gotta relax, you gotta pace yourself, take your time, you'll get what you're looking for eventually. So, anyways, Guy of Randomness, I see you there, yeah, sorry. Did you notice me yet? I did now. It's funny, I didn't even see those other ones, my name down below. I saw the first Chaz that you said there. And Panda Tina, you have a feeling I'll get a lot of shinies and legendaries through Wonder Trade at the moment. What makes you think that? I mean, it's possible. And I know there's some other channels, I think, that will start trading out legends and you know, special gift Pokemon like that. I've gotten occasionally some of them here and there. And Unknown Spike is from the Zapdos team. That would be Team Instinct as well. Fellow Team Instinct, represent, awesome. And CRJ says, if the current gym system didn't decrease your CP after every battle, then you would like it. That I actually do like, because if I'm fighting somebody's Blissey, I hate having to fight it at the max CP every single time like the old system was. Nick from Michigan is our next trade partner. But now that you can weaken the Blissey a little bit, and then have an easier time the second time and third time, or 4th, 5th, 10th, 20th, if they keep Golden Raspberrying it, which does happen, then I kind of enjoy that myself personally. Did I look up the Animal Crossing movie? It's on my to-do list. I did talk earlier about my little to-do list I wrote last night. After I got the Pokemon Go video ready to edit and stuff like that, I kind of just tried to go pass out because it was, well, first of all, no, I stepped out of the room. I was boiling at the end of that. 3 hours and 15 minutes in this room with, despite the fact that I have a couple fans on the go, not the best circulation, I had to step out of the room for a little bit. Admittedly, once the video started saving and I laid down, I forgot, but I still have my to-do list saved. I will check that out. I still have to update the Wi-Fi battle layout so we can put in the rules on that as well, but I will look that up. We have Brittany from Texas as our next trade partner. And just out of curiosity, as this is happening, I'm going to go to my Google Play Store. I want to see, is Pokemon Go updatable yet? It's probably not, but I'm that kind of person that's just itching for the new update. I want to see new stuff. It's not. Okay, fine. We got a Machop, though. And Unknown Spike, you don't like Blissey, yeah. I mean, I don't mind it as much now for sure. You know who I really don't like in gyms is Slacking. Not that Slacking itself is hard to deal with. It only has Yawn for its fast move. What I hate is that almost every single person in the world, or at least in my area, has a play rough Slacking. Granted, it is the best move that Slacking can have for its charge move. It's pretty decently powerful. It doesn't need a full charge beam or charge bar like Hyper Beam and Earthquake. But being weak to fighting, I want to use my fighting Pokemon against it. And generally, I can tell how much damage it's taken if it has a play rough charged up. Many times, it surprises me and hits me before I'm expecting it. Carlos from Arizona is up next. CRJ says Team Mystic is everywhere in your area. It's kind of cool that, you know, certain areas have different batches of trainers and stuff. And who was I talking to? Someone I was talking to on Zapdos Day was saying in the area he's from, he's not from around here, but the area that he's from, there's very few players, and they're all sort of divided into teams equally, and they have a gentleman's agreement that on this day, or at least, you know, this times of this particular day, let's say Team Valor takes the gyms. After the 8 hours, 20 minutes, Team Mystic takes the gyms, and then, you know, or maybe the next day. The following day, Team Instinct takes the gym. So they're kind of helping each other out, making sure they all get their 50 coins per day, which is kind of cool. I can't say the same thing around here, as we get some occasional 2 a.m. raid drivers, or not raid drivers, but gym drivers, popping over to my gym across the street and trying to knock me out of there. But whatever. I don't have to go riding all over town myself. They can waste their gas if they want to. I'll just go ahead and snag that back for my coins, thanks. Joshua says Articuno for the win, so I assume you're talking about Team Mystic. I was kind of torn between Mystic and Instinct when I first was choosing my team, but when I found out that the birds were representing each team, I said, I gotta go Zapdos. Zapdos is the one for me. Can you even see this? It's Zapdos. It's not focusing. I need a webcam that can focus. It just stays on its basic focus there. Is everyone excited for Pokemon Go Community Day for Eevee? Actually, Community Days, because it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, August 11th and 12th. I'm certainly interested in that, around that, everywhere near that. Gonna get some shiny Eevee. I'm kind of happy. I have not done the nickname trick, except someone did remind me. I did do the nickname trick for Sakura for Espeon. But there's an easy way you can get Espeon without using the nickname trick. So if I really want to get a shiny of every evolution, I can still use Rainer, Pyro, and Sparky for for Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. I can simply walk another shiny Eevee 10 kilometers, evolve it during the day for another Espeon, or in the night for Umbreon. So I could get all of the shiny Eevee if I catch enough of the wild shiny... I can get the shiny evolutions if I can get enough shiny Eevee. Alright, let's get caught up on Sabrina's box here. We got, first of all, an Impish, Schooling, Wishy-Washy, Takedown, Feint Attack, Dive, and Aqua Ring, and a very good physical attack. Next, we have a Sturdy, Careful, Skarmory, Air Cutter, Fury Attack, Feint, and Swift, with basic stats. We now have a Jangmo-O, a Lonely Jangmo-O, Soundproof, which is nice because it's not going to be hit by no Pixelate Hyper Voice. Very nice. Tackle is the attack. Stats are not that bad. It's got 3 max stats. I was trying to think, did that come from Gen 1? I don't think so. We have a Guts Bold Machop with Leer, Focus, Energy, Karate Chop, and Foresight. Basic stats on that little one. A Hustling Lax Natured Rattata at level 3 with Tackle and Tail Whip. Fresh out of the wild, it looks like. And last but not least, another Guts Pokemon. A Naive Makuhita with Tackle, Focus, Energy, Sand Attack, and Arm Thrust. Basic stats on that as well. So that is the first line of our Pokemon. Now, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Can I even do it? Hang on. Where is my live control panel? Because what I think I can do... Can I? Maybe I can't. I'm going to try something... So we've been doing this for an hour? I didn't even feel like an hour just yet. There is... Okay, there was something I was looking at that I could do. I can't do it in this version. I guess I can do it when I do a Stream Now event, but we're good. Never mind. I was going to see if I can just take a little bit of a break and grab some water, but we're fine. There's not that much left to go here. Alright, let us get back on track here. So, in a little bit, we're going to start off on the Brock box again. We got 5 more Totodile to send out, but let's take a moment and get caught up on our chat. Spidey Motion has an Eevee. Awesome stuff. CRJ says, slacking is even worse in Pokemon Go than it is in the main series games. Because, yeah, in the main series, there are ways to get around the Truant ability. But, in this, not so much. I don't mind fighting against them, for sure. That is awesome. But whenever my game chooses the random or recommended Pokemon for a gym battle, and I tap battle right away without realizing that it has chosen Chunk, my Slacking, as my first Pokemon, I'm just like, I gotta switch. Because I don't want to sit there forever powering up to the Earthquake that I have. I will get a Charged TM and teach him Play Rough, though, eventually. And Joshua Pogoer wants your 7 shiny Eons. Definitely sounds cool. Yeah, what I was thinking, wouldn't it be something if they snuck Leafeon and Glaceon into this community day to really hype up Gen 4 coming out? That would be something that they might want to do. It's like when they didn't announce Shiny Magikarp was going to be in the water event, the water festival, but they just dropped it in there anyway. That was awesome. Have I ever done a Shiny Lock, Spidey Motion asks. I have not, actually. What does that entail? My first thoughts would be that it's you can only use shiny Pokemon. That can't be true, because that would be almost impossible to pull off. But let me know what that's all about. Spark is like, I like eggs. I like eggs too. Maybe that's why I chose Team Instinct. And I am boring. I'm sorry, Funflix fam. If you're not liking it here, that's understandable. I'm not for everybody. So if you want to take off, go right ahead. And Pokemon Go doesn't have abilities. Yeah, they don't have abilities yet. They might bring abilities in at some point, but I kind of like the fact that they keep the gym battling a lot more simpler in Pokemon Go right now. Like, if you want more complex battling, you have the main series games that you can do. And there's all these other spin-off games here as well, too. So, but, yeah, they keep things nice and simple. Alright, so I think, since I am being too boring here, folks, let's get back onto this Wonder Trading. We got 5 more Totodile to send out. They are properly nicknamed. Again, like I said, I took that time. So I'm going to wait till I see it says trade on my replay before clicking that button so you folks know I am ready to roll. But yeah, Eevee's going to be really cool to start hunting down. And I love the community days because you find so many people all over the place. You just meet up with them. Like, for example, we did our Zapdos Day. My nephew, my friend, Tool Dude, and myself went up to the first gym. Kind of stood around there waiting to see what happened. I guess the majority of the people that were in the area started off at a different gym, but we had 2 more show up at our spot, and I think 3 more came up at one point, and then boom, we had enough to start doing all those Zapdos raids. So from Tokushima, Japan, our next trade partner, Plazbad for short. That is cool. Shiny Lock is you use all shiny Pokemon and you hunt for shiny Pokemon from your Pokedex, or just shiny hunting in general. So with the Shiny Lock, does that mean you have to keep hunting on a route till you find a shiny? I would assume it means you can only use the shiny Pokemon, right? But like generally the Nuzlocke says you can only use the first Pokemon per route. I would assume they don't stick it into the rules saying that you need to catch a shiny Pokemon as your first Pokemon, because that would be kind of broken. And do I need help breeding prize Pokemon, Miranda asks. I appreciate the offer I think you're offering. I'll say not just yet, because things are... I have a pretty good handle on how to do the breeding for now, but if I ever do need to put a request out for a specific kind of Pokemon, I can probably just do that on Twitter. Alright, so let's send out our next Totodile. I have a lot of Pokemon built up in the PC as far as hidden abilities and, you know, max IVs and 5 stats, all that kind of cool stuff. And I do a lot of research on Cerebi.net, or I go to Bulbapedia. I check Smogon as well to see what they recommend for moves. And actually, I don't even really need to do that, because a lot of the times the moves they recommend are TM attacks for like the more competitive move sets. I like giving out interesting combos of moves. So another Japanese player, Marino, is up next. So you'll find a lot of the times the Pokemon I trade out do not have the most impressive stats, or not stats, the most impressive attacks as far as battling is concerned, but I keep things interesting. What I really like with Gen 7 here is that when a Pokemon is hatched from the egg, whatever egg moves it has, it retains the fact that it has started with those moves. So if you took, for example, the Kadabra I'm trading out have, they have Psycho Shift, Psychic Terrain, Barrier, and Skill Swap. If you were to replace all 4 of those moves with TMs, you can still use the heart scale to bring those moves back on. So eventually you could use it for, like, you know, passing down egg moves to something else if you wanted to. Alright, we got our third Totodile of these last 5 starting up right now. And Unknown Spike says, read the comment. Shiny Lock means you only use shiny. But yeah, so does that mean you can only catch the shinies or what? Joshua Pogoer, your Northeast group had to start doing private groups to keep the spoofers out. Yeah, that's something that you can do. People have said that in our area as well. Generally, most of us are okay with the idea that, you know, a spoofer might pop in. You know, some people call it, you know, the air support. A spoofer from out of nowhere comes down. See, that's kind of the thing that I don't like as far as spoofing is concerned. Because, like, let's say, I said before, if people spoof in Pokemon Go and they move themselves to a different region, let's say they go to, well, here in North America, let's say someone goes to Australia, catch themselves a bunch of Kangaskhan. That in itself is not the worst thing. If they start bragging about the fact that I caught Kangaskhan, it's like, well, you didn't put the effort in that other people put in, so I see it as a lesser Kangaskhan. The other problem is, though, if they start trading those Pokemon around the community, that does affect other people's games. And if the, let's say, for example, for the sake of argument, let's say Regigigas was usable in a gym. You can leave it in a gym. If someone had spoofed to a region where Regigigas only appears at, and started putting that kind of Pokemon in gyms, that affects everybody, and that I look down on. As far as people completing their own Pokedex, I don't care. Do what you want to do. But another problem I have with spoofing is when people start moving, you know, putting themselves at a faraway gym, they're sitting at home, they take over gyms from the hardworking players that are out there on foot doing their work. That negatively affects the other players as well. So, any kind of cheating, I say, as long as it's contained within that person's individual game, it doesn't affect anybody else. There's no big deal. If they start affecting other players, that's when I think it's kind of a bad thing. Alright, so Chance from Kentucky is up next for our trade. And, you one-shotted Totem Togedemaru with Swampert. Nice job, Noivern. I forget what I used against it. I don't think I one-shotted, though. And hello to... I can't read your name. I can't make out the characters. I believe that's Japanese. But I want to say hi to you in the chat. I see you have a... looks like a me for your profile picture. And welcome to our stream. You can only catch shiny, so you have to hunt them beforehand. Okay, so... does it still work that you have to catch the first encounter on a route and then swap it with a shiny? That might be the way it works. Our last Totodile being sent out for today's stream. Worry not, though. We're going to do another stream on Thursday, so I have a whole other half a box to go. Super Ash asking, would I rather be a champion, gym leader, or an Elite Four? Thinking logically, I would think I'd want to be a gym leader, because outside of the Elite Four challenge, you never see them really go anywhere. They're just kind of sitting in their rooms, so they seem kind of like shut-ins, you know? But as a gym leader, you're guaranteed to meet people on their quest to get to the Pokemon League. And let's say, for sake of argument, if someone doesn't beat all the gyms, then chances are you'll still meet the trainers along the way and help encourage them to become better. I guess, yeah, I like the idea of being a person that's like a stepping stone along the way to greatness, as opposed to being the wall at the end that you have to overcome. I like building people up. I don't like being the last final goal sort of thing. So I'd definitely go with a gym leader myself. And let's see here. We'll get gonna recap what we have for these trades. Joshua says the only thing that bugs you about that is that people that can walk. What is it? Does it? I mean, seriously, there's people out there who can't walk and want to play the game, and they don't have the ability to do so. So it's like, I get that too. It is hard. Like, things like that are a bit of an issue. I'll say, okay, the one problem I have is that people who can walk and choose not to. People who are able to walk but still choose to do the spoofing. That I don't like. Because it's like, not just because it affects the game, but it affects the person. You could be out there walking, getting exercise. You could be enjoying the sights, meeting people and stuff like that. It diminishes the overall experience, not just the game itself, but everything you could be experiencing playing Pokemon Go. Spoofing by choice, not by necessity, hinders you in that sense. So I just think there's more to it than that. Alright, we have a mild levitating Misdreavus with Confuse Ray, Psywave, Spite, and Astonish. We have not okay. Not bad stats in a way there. We now have an Eevee with Adaptability, which I think is the hidden ability. Lax Nature with Helping Hand, Growl, Tackle, and Tail Whip. kind of good stats in some respects there. Next is a young goose at level 10 with strong jaw ability, naive nature, tackle, leer, pursuit, and stand attack. Very nice HP and speed. We now have an Alolan Diglett at level 11, bold nature with sand veil, metal claw, growl, astonish, and mud slap. And basic stats kind of caught out of the wild, I would assume. And last but not least, from the Totodile box, we have an Impish Flash Fire Growlithe, bite, roar, ember, and leer, with basic stats on that as well. Let's pop over to the Mudkip and wait till the stream gets caught up here. And it has different encounter rules for... Okay, Shiny Lock has a different set of encounter rules. I get ya. Makes sense, I would say. Miranda is going to transfer your Alakazam you got in the wild to Pokemon Go. Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, that's going to be really cool to see what happens there with the transferring in the Let's Go games. I really want to see... Now, what if you transfer over the Sun Hat Pikachu? Will it have the hat and the glasses? They might have a thing where you can't trade... Or, you know, I heard it's not really trading. I hear that once you send them in from Go to Let's Go, you can't bring them back. I don't know if that's true. I've heard a number of people say that, though. If that is the case, that's kind of a detriment. You can't just go back and forth, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. Maybe they gain something extra in the Let's Go games that they can't take back with them. So, I don't know. Edgar Lopez getting our first of the last 5 Mudkip of the night. And hello to Glaceon Gaming Ethan. Welcome to our Wonder Trade stream. Sending out some of our remainder prize Pokemon from the past several weeks. And hopefully some of you folks can get these. Oh, the hidden ability is Anticipation. Okay. I've seen some with that too. I thought that would have been a standard encounter, or standard ability. The Shiny Lock rules, you can only catch the first encounter on any route before every gym. And Joshua says, sorry for the wall of text. You apologize. That wasn't a whole wall of text. I've seen much longer text than that. Don't worry about that. I was able to follow it. Hopefully everybody else could as well. Alright, so we have another Mudkip. What I was thinking, I had the idea of, if we do go with Magby, for example, for our Fire-type prize for next week's battles, or I guess this coming week's battles, one thought I had was, what if I was to try to get up the BP to get Magmarizers for each one of them? That way when we trade, you get a Magmortar. But then I realized, wait, when I hatch the eggs, they're all going to be baby Magby anyway, so that probably wouldn't even be a thing. Plus, well, for one thing, that would cost me a lot of BP, and I don't know if I have the amount of BP to invest into that. The other thing is, though, too, in the anime, we saw Blaine using Magmar, and that was kind of his guy, his Pokemon, so forcing it into Magmortar might not be sort of the best thing. But, okay, let's say if we were to do that, and I could breed the Magby and evolve him to Magmar beforehand, if those were the prizes, we could set up a thing where I trade it to you, you attach a Magmarizer, and we do a trade back so you can evolve it. That could be something. I'll put in the extra effort to get you guys the Magmortar if you're interested. Alright, we're going to send out our next Mudkip. We've got 3 more to go here. I can already feel it getting warm in this room again. I have a fan over this way. I've got a fan back here. My ceiling fan is going. This room gets no circulation. It ain't good for extended periods. And Miranda says, you might go to the state fair if it's in Virginia, or if you're in Virginia. I'd say do it. Like, how often does a fair come to town? Not fairly often. Oh, bad pun, I know. We have from France, our next trade partner is, it is Trixaveur. That might be how you pronounce that. And Glaceon's asking, where's the countdown? The countdown is, once you see me start trading a Pokemon, start doing your Wonder Trades. There's 2 minutes trade out to keep spamming my own chat with Go. Like, I'll do that maybe for the next time we do this, but once you see me start doing trading, just start trading out what you got. Even if I was to say Go, there's no guarantee that we would match up. Like, sometimes it takes me almost a minute to find a trade partner. Sometimes it takes like 10 seconds. So even if we, like, as often as I've been saying Go in the chat, I don't think I've linked up that often with a viewer that's in the chat. So saying Go is no guarantee that you're going to be able to get it regardless. And so the rules are, Unknown Spike says, a total of 8 Pokemon will be caught before the end of the Shiny Lock. And Shiny Encounter must be captured. Okay, that makes sense. I think people do that with like a standard Shiny Claws and regular Nuzlocks. Even if they've already caught a Pokemon on the particular route. If a Shiny shows up, they do like a house rule and say, I can still get this. It's so rare. The game wants me to have an extra Pokemon. Tokyo, Japan, my next trade partner is from. I could add one to a Magmar and copy them. Well, actually, no, I can't, because that would be considered hacking and cheating, I'm pretty sure. I don't do none of that stuff. I do everything legit. And Noiver fan won't be here to chat first week of August. You're going to visit family. You don't see much. That's fine. I'll still be here when you get back. Family is important. If you don't see them that much, go right ahead and spend your time with your family. Family is important. I'm just some guy on the internet, some guy on YouTube doing videos and stuff like that. You can always get caught up later on and see what happened while you missed it, or just come right back for whenever streams happen again. You'll be welcome back for sure. And number 4, each Pokemon receives 3 lives. After these lives, the Pokemon must be released. So kind of the standard permanent KO rule of Pokemon Nuzlocke. Joshua asking, do I have a Walmart? I have 2. I own 2 Walmarts. I don't own them, but yeah, there's one here, not too far from my house. Well, it's a bus ride away, but there's another one here in the east side of town too. So we got a couple of them. And Abby Carberry, how am I? Well, hello. Thank you for joining our stream tonight. I'm doing okay. Kind of overheated. I got fans going all over the place here. But other than that, I'm doing good. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully you're here to possibly jump in on some Wonder Trading with us. Now, if anyone is doing Wonder Trading in the chat and you are also syncing up with each other, let us know that, because that'd be kind of cool to hear that we're all trading as a group. So we have a Friend Ball Eevee. That's cool. Boom. I wonder if it's going to be a hidden ability. Alright, so that's the 5 Mudkip, and then we have a few more Snivy, Electrike, Froakie, and Kadabra. So this is the longer Wonder Trade session for sure. Right here. Longer than we've done before anyways. So we first got ourselves a quirky Stakeout Gumshoes with Sand Attack, Odor Sleuth, Bide, and Bite. Basic stats on that one there, although fantastic attack. A Rattata, a Alolan Rattata with Hustle, Ability, and Gentle Nature. Tackle and Tail Whip with kind of decent stat-wise, look at that. Next we have an Eevee with the Adaptability once again. A Bashful Nature with Helping Hand, Growl, Tackle, and Tail Whip. Not bad in some respects on those stats. We now have a Skill Link Bashful Trumbeak with Echoed Voice, Rock Smash, Supersonic, and Pluck. Kind of basic on there. Another Adaptability Eevee, Sassy Natured Ability, or Sassy Natured Ability, that's right. Growl, Tackle, Tail Whip, and Wish. Kind of okay stat-wise as well. Alright, so now we're going to go through this next line of Electrike. I'll wait till we get caught up on the stream there. I'm not going to go for those last 2 beneath. I'm going to wait and come back and cycle through. I'm going to go through the first 6. So again, once you see it updated on the screen, you'll see the box is now active. That's when I'm going to be starting to click my own trade button. So if you want one of these Electrike, this is when you want to start trading. First one going right now. And Glaceon lives in the UK. That means you have Toys R Us. Yeah, so feel free to help me out here. I hear Toys R Us in the States did close. I think they closed up shop, but I don't think it affected Canada, because we do have a Toys R Us here in my town, near the other the Walmart I was talking about. We have Aragon from France as our first partner here. But I heard that they weren't going to be closing down, at least in Canada and other parts other than the US. There's a thing called Arctic Air Mic, and your girl has one and it keeps you cool. Might want to invest one for the streams. Did I say Arctic Air Mic? No, I saw the word me, I thought you said Mike. Blech. Arctic Air, I should look into that, yeah. And Glaceon, it is 1 a.m. for you. If you do need sleep, you go ahead and get your sleep, but if you are, wide awake and you're looking for something to do, feel free to stick around. And if you're doing some Wonder Trading, hopefully you can get some of these cool Pokemon I'm sending out. Now, Dazzling Shell, is that one of Funtime Foxy's lines? It's time to take your final bow! What's the other one that it says? There's one, I really like something about, like, you failed to make it to my show, so I brought the show to you, or something like that. Now, okay, I was watching MatPat, the game theorist, and he's talking about all these hidden lines that the animatronics say if they jump scare you and you lose. And there's some interesting stuff going on in those lines. Sometimes I feel maybe MatPat goes a little too deep into the theorizing and stuff and just started to pull out all sorts of information and stuff like that. Sometimes he gets pretty good. He makes you really think about some of the stuff he puts together. But this game here, Ultimate Custom Night, Scott Cawthon has purposely added a lot of text. Oh, sorry, a lot of text. A lot of lines of dialogue that probably have a lot of hidden meanings in them. Especially that hippo guy. He actually pointed something out. There's a part where the hippo says, You know, lots of times you can go crazy trying to think of all the deeper meanings behind a story, and sometimes a story is just a story, you know? There doesn't need to be any sort of in-depth analysis and stuff. You go crazy trying to do that. Just enjoy it for what it is. And Pat said he felt that was a personal attack on him because of all the theorizing that he does. And taking the weeks off school is better than waking up. Oh, the week is off from school, and it's better than waking. I gotcha. Okay, so yeah. Feel free to stick around if you like. Next trade partner from Kanagawa, Japan. It is 2:16 a.m. for unknown Spike. As I always say, it is kind of surreal to think like there are people all over the world who are watching, and you know, I'm just this one little guy here, and oh, we got a regional Pokemon, and this one little guy here in this tiny little section of like Canada, the East Coast. But you're all here hanging out and watching. It's really cool. Thanks for spending your time with me, folks. I hope you're having a good time. So yeah, we got ourselves I say regional. Pokemon Go-wise, it is regional. And I watched Pokemon Master Holly not too long ago. She was in Barcelona, Spain, I think, where Tropius is known to inhabit. And she and some of the other Pokemon Goers, they got some Tropius, which is cool. Maybe someday I might manage to do some travel of my own and go to different regions, but for the time being, I'm kind of content. I did mention earlier that a friend of mine just got back from a trip to Europe, and she has a whole bunch of Mr. Mime and Corsola saved up, because when the Dortmund Safari Zone event kind of had a couple hitches in it, they did that special thing. They released Corsola all over Europe, and although she was not in Dortmund, I don't think, she still was able to get some Corsola from that. And I think she's going to hang on to maybe one of each for me. But I said to her, it's going to take a while to build up our friendship level to lower the Stardust cost. It's also going to take a while to get the Stardust needed for those trades. So I said, if other people come to you first and you run out of Mr. Mime or Corsola beforehand, I'm okay. I'm not in any big rush to get those regionals. Someday it might happen. But if they are still available, I'm definitely going to take her up on that. That was, that T4 was Houndoom. Oh, the level 4, okay. So not quite the Alolan Marowak you were looking for. It'd be kind of cool to do a Houndoom. I think, yeah, Pokemon Master Holly was also saying a lot of the raid bosses right now are good against Steel type, and she was saying they might have done that to make it so that you have a better chance for Registeel. Because, like, Charmander, this is what I thought was weird. Charmander is a level 1 raid boss, but there's no Squirtle or Bulbasaur. I thought, did someone get something mixed up? Like, why is Charmander there? But no, because it could be that it's Fire type and it's good against Registeel. Flareon is a level 3 boss right now, too, I believe, and it's like, where's the other evolutions? You know what we haven't gotten yet? We haven't gotten a raid boss Espeon or Umbreon either. You think they'd be a thing by now. But I like how they keep adding in new things and stuff. And let's see here. Abby has 5 more weeks off of school. It's always good. Summer vacation is a nice time of the year. I'm here to claim what's left of you. You'll not be spared. You'll not be saved. Dazzling Shell, you're creeping things up here. Away! Away with you! No, we got Away the Execute. Cool. And Glaceon says you could get a trade. Yeah, so I could trade for some of those regionals. It'd be neat if I could eventually catch them myself, because I was thinking... Let's talk Rayquaza for a second here. I never did manage to catch Rayquaza as a raid boss. How many did I even fight? I'm going to look that up. I didn't fight a whole bunch of them, but of those that I did fight and help defeat with a team, I never managed to catch any. And I might never catch one, but I'm sure I will. Eventually, I'm the kind of person that I'd rather put the effort in and make the catch myself rather than have someone essentially hand it to me. For one thing, it's part of a personal pride kind of a thing. For another thing, it's going to cost me a lot of Stardust to get a legendary that I do not yet have. So I'm not in any big rush to make that happen. Alright, how many Rayquaza have I battled? As we do a trade, getting ourselves something I didn't even see yet. Magnemite. Electric type for electric type. Look at that. Never mind. I fought 2 Rayquaza. Okay, that's why I didn't catch one yet. The crisis is averted. The answer has been solved. Only fought 2. Craig wants a shiny Dedenne. Those are they brownish, I think? Dark brown? And hello to Cecile. Did I see you pop in earlier? I don't think I did. Cecile Aristoteles, welcome to our stream. If I did not say hi to you just yet, I apologize. I'm distracted with all these trades going on. So, our next line, we got a nice illusion ability, Impish Zorua with Scratch, Leer Pursuit, and Fake Tears. Wow! 5 IVs. That's one of my keepers there for a breed partner. Next, we have a Lonely Damp Psyduck with Scratch, Tail Whip, Water Gun, and Confusion. Okay stats on that. We have our regional, the Tropius, Chlorophyll ability, a Lonely Nature, which is sad to think of. Air Slash, Body Slam, Bestow, and Synthesis. We next have a Wingull with Hydration ability, Impish Nature, Growl, Water Gun, and Supersonic. We now have away the Execute with Chlorophyll as well, Gentle Nature, with Sleep Powder, Confusion, Solar Beam, and Thief. And did they learn Thief naturally? That might have been a Pokemon they were using for snagging items. And we have a Magnet Pull, Modest Magnemite as our last one of the line, with Tackle, Supersonic, Thundershock, and Magnet Bomb. Very good special attack. Alright, we're now into a box of Contrary Snivy. If you guys are interested in getting a Snivy, now's the time to start doing some wonder trading once you see me in that box. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna... Oh, that's... What is her name? DD. You get that DD quote out of here. Nobody likes DD. Something about, you know, I know how much you like to fight, so I'm adding a challenge to your night or something like that. No one likes DD. I like watching Markiplier, though, as he's playing it. There's no way to control DD. She's always there, I'm pretty sure. And he'll practice on one animatronic at level 20, but then she throws another one in there. And it's like, leave him alone. Let him do what he's trying to do, DD. Come on. And Joshua, you didn't get Rayquaza either. Well, hopefully... No, someone pointed this out. The first time Lugia showed up, I did not manage to catch it. They did bring it back eventually. When they did, they brought back its shiny form with it. So, sadly, I didn't catch any of those either. But, that means if Rayquaza comes back at some point, we might have a chance to get a shiny this time around. How awesome would it be for me to get a shiny Rayquaza as my first? Because as you guys know, if you follow my videos of Pokemon Go, generally, for any wild species, I'll wait and get 5 of them and choose the ones with the best stats to represent that species. But when it comes to legendary raid bosses, I basically, the first one I get is the first one I go with. If its stats aren't great, I don't really care. I'm not super keen on the stats for the ones that I use anyways. A legendary is a legendary. It's got good stats regardless of the IVs. But, what if the first Rayquaza I manage to capture is the shiny? I'll have a shiny legendary that I add to my team as a main battler. That would be kind of cool. So, Doku from the States is our next trade partner. Greg has seen a shiny Alakazam on Pokemon X that someone had. Someone wonder traded me a shiny Alakazam. I've added it to my shiny... Oh no, maybe it was one of you guys. One of the viewers traded it for one of the prizes. Either way, I have one. And I've added it to my shiny box that I can start sending back out as well. Flash that light all you want. It can't save you now. Is that Foxy? Because that used to be the way to stop Foxy. The second time for Lugia, you are 2 for 2. That's excellent. Very good. I didn't catch any Lugia the first time they were here or the second time, but the third time they showed up just last weekend, I think, I went 3 for 3. And I was very proud of myself, having never caught a Lugia before. And this was on the channel as well. You can check that out. I caught the first one. Of all things, it went into the air. Why I like using AR mode, sometimes people ask, is on your screen, the Pokemon can be right here, but they can fly up if you're using the regular mode. If they do that in AR mode, tilt your phone. You can go up with them. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get the guaranteed throw. Kevin from Ontario is next, don't you know? But, so I went up with it, had the golden raspberry in there, I did my curveball, I landed an excellent throw, and that's what caught it. I felt accomplished with that. The other 2 Lugia became incrementally easier to capture after that. The first one, I did catch with a Pinap Berry after a few balls. Then the third one of the day, I got myself first ball catch with a Pinap Berry. So, yeah, I did pretty good on Lugia that day. Was that a shiny Esper? I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure that was regular, but I'll check that once we finish up this line. You know what? I'll check it right now. Nope, regular Esper. We'll check these stats and the moves after this here. The Black Knight is approaching. Call in Sonic the Hedgehog, folks. We need some backup. And how long is the stream tonight? Well, right now we are halfway through the second line of all these boxes. I've still got... I messed up! 1 second here. Do you guys see the mistake I made? If you see the mistake I made, let me know. I'm gonna fix something right here. It's not actually a big mistake, don't worry about it, but I can't fix it, can I? I don't care to fix it. The mistake I made was I have Electrike and Snivy switched on the layout. I wanted to have them lined up in the order of the gyms from Kanto, or at least the prizes that I'm giving out. Should have been the Electrike first for Surge, and then Erica with the Snivy. But we're over halfway through the second line of trading, or Wonder Trades at least, and the third line only has, like, say, 1 or 2 Pokemon on in either box, so it's going to be a little bit quicker. Alright, we have our 5th Snivy sending out right now. 5 Nights at Freddy's, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if you're not mistaken for the references. I'm pretty sure that's where they're all from there, Joshua. Black Knight, I'm not sure where that's from. I don't think there's a Black Knight in 5 Nights. I mean, they're all pretty dark nights, you know, but completely black, I'm not sure. Miranda Decker just got a 6 IV Heavy Ball Hone Edge from Wonder Trade. Now, sometimes 6 IVs are hacked. Other times, they're just randomly awesome Pokemon that people don't need, and they send them out. I would say just roll with it. Now, when you get a level 100 Shiny Max IV Pokemon with Pokerus, that's kind of when I tend to think it's hacked, especially if it's a Legendary. Because could you imagine all the effort it would take to keep soft resetting, getting that Shiny, getting 6 Max IVs, training it to level 100, giving it Pokerus, and then just throwing it out to the wild, or the Wonder Trade? I can't even think of doing that. That's why I think to those people there, those Pokemon are not that specifically special. That's why they don't mind tossing them out. We have one more Snivy, I believe. Yep. Alright, this one here. And then we have another line of Froakie and a Kadabra. A line of Kadabra. How do you get good Pokemon on Wonder Trade, Scottish Boy 420 is asking. Have a lot of luck, basically. What I do, like, I'll sometimes get really good Pokemon in that I'll just have, when I'm breeding up prizes for the battles that we have on the channel, I will have a couple extra boxes of, like, less decent Pokemon. I will just kind of Wonder Trade them out instead of just releasing the Pokemon, because, like, they're just, for me, they're just filling up space. So I'll just start doing, like, a whole box of just random Wonder Trades at night sometimes, and on occasion, you get really cool Pokemon back. You can get some really high IVs, you might get Shinies, you might, get a Rattata. That could be a thing. So what else is going on there? Scottish Boy just got a Mr. Mime, it looks like. That's cool. How about sending Ike and his crew instead of the Black, or instead of Sonic? I mean, who likes Ike? Of course, you're talking Fire Emblem. I haven't played Fire Emblem, but I do know, of course, Ike, Marth, and Roy from Smash Brothers. I'll talk a little bit about what my thoughts on them in Smash Brothers is all about in just a little bit here. Alright, first we got the female Esper, a bold nature with own tempo, barrier, assist, yawn, and trick with low. I'm liking them stats. 5 max IVs. And Scottish Boy was just asking, how do you get good Pokemon on Wonder Trade? Get lucky. Like I said, right there, 5 max IVs. That's not a bad nature, too, because they're not physical. At least not that I know of. We next have an Impish Pickup Pachirisu, Follow Me, Fake Tears Flatter, and Ion Deluge. This looks like it might be good. That's not bad either. Random luck. We have a Jolly Inner Focus Riolu with... There's the Bullet Punch. Not sure who was looking for Bullet Punch, but I got that there. Bullet Punch, Crunch, Agility, and Cross Chop. More good stats. This is my lucky batch. We now have a Honey Gather, Bold Cutie Fly, Absorb, Fairy Wind, Stun Spore, and Struggle Bug. Kind of okay. Not the worst stats I've seen. Now a Magnemite, level 9 with Quirky Nature, Sturdy Ability, with Tackle, Supersonic, Thundershock, and Magnet Bomb. Fresh out of the wild, it looks like. Nothing too crazy. And a Modest Gluttony, Ratfrats. Tackle and Tail Whip. Basic stats on that one also. Alright, so now we got 6 more Froakie to send out. Man, this is a long stream, isn't it? And just think, this is only one of 2 Wonder Trade streams this week. The other one's going to happen on Thursday night as we do more of this trading out. Maybe Thursday afternoon. Like I said, I want to sort of start shifting the times around a little bit for these streams so that some people have said before, it's like, you know, someone said tonight, it was like 1 a.m. during the stream for them, 2 a.m. for, I think, Unknown Spike. Ruben was here saying that midnight is when I've been doing the streams, so if I can start moving the times around a little bit, it'll help encompass more folks to bring more in to check out some of this footage, some of this content. Joshua says, you're starting on the Larvitar quest from a stop and can't complete the darn thing. Larvitar quest, what is that? I don't think I've picked one of those up. Let me know what that one is. And you didn't get Metapod from Wonder Trade? Awesome stuff. You use them for breed. I think you're talking about the good Pokemon. I do too. Essentially, once I have a female Pokemon set up with all the egg moves that I want, because females can now pass the egg moves down just like the males. Once I have, for example, female Froakie, I had all 4 egg moves that I want on a Froakie. I breed that female Froakie with a Tortuga I have that has max IVs and everything but attack, because these Froakie are sort of bred to be special attackers. So when you have the high IVs as the parents, you have a good chance that they're going to pass those high IVs down onto the offspring. So all these max IV Pokemon I get from Wonder Trade, I definitely hang on to them for breeding partners. Scottish Boy breeds a lot also. Excellent stuff. What I like to do is breed up some Pokemon for prizes, as I was saying. Wi-Fi battles on Friday nights, whatever, is your best chance to get some of these special Pokemon, but then we have these Wonder Trade days to send out the remainder. And Joshua just got a Fion. Not bad. Send Zelda to deal with the Black Knight. She's OP. Yeah, she is pretty chic, isn't she? I remember when Twilight Princess was coming out and we saw in the trailers that Zelda, or not even the trailer, but I think just a promotional image, Zelda holding a sword, and everyone's all excited. Zelda's going to fight! This is the first time we've ever seen that. She's going to fight to defend her kingdom. And then when we finally see the cutscene where she's holding the sword, Zant comes walking in, and Zant makes the ultimatum, your soldiers' lives or your kingdom? What do you want? And she just simply drops the sword at her side. I remember my friend Evan was playing through Twilight Princess, and he saw that part, and he was pretty upset. He's like, I wanted her to actually fight and do something. And I said to him, oh, don't worry, Evan. Zelda uses the sword later on. And he's like, oh, cool. Technically, I wasn't lying. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say Zelda uses that sword? We got Courtney from Georgia in the United States up next. Miranda asking, is the next battle a 6v6? No. What I'm going to do for this next series of battles, the next 6 weeks, is going to be the regular, the flat rules again, so legendaries and mythicals can't be used. But what's kind of cool is the Pokemon I've given out as prizes, they're all good to use in the flat rules. So if you guys have gotten any of those, you can start training them up. But we're going to do a little bit of a different thing. These 6 weeks, we're going to do double battles for a bit of a change. So we'll see how that goes. So it's going to be 4 Pokemon apiece. Of course, we'll have double battles going on. And that's going to be really cool to keep things a little bit fresher on the channel. So the next 6 weeks, as I give out the prizes, we'll have double battles on the channel. And the 7th week following, we'll have another one of our 6v6 sort of thing. Can you do all 6 Pokemon in a double battle? I'll have to look into that. I think you can. But we'll use the normal rules where you can use whatever you want. And yeah, Legend and Myths can be used then as well. But bear in mind, every time I make up a batch of prize Pokemon to give out during our battle streams, I'm going to keep one for myself and train that up for the big mid-season finale, the 7th week. From Hokkaido, Japan, my next partner is getting a Froakie in exchange for whatever they're sending out right now. Oh, 3 excellent throws in a row. Oh, that's the Larvitar. I got that one time. Right, okay. I forgot all about it. Those are difficult, for sure. Greg is asking, is Cross Chop an egg move? I don't know, but let me just do a quick little check here, and I'll find out while we're here. Okay, Google. Lucario egg move. Let's see if Cross Chop is one of the listed ones here. Lucario egg moves and compatible Pokemon. Yep, Cross Chop is an egg move for Lucario. Or Riolu, whatever you want to say. Okay, our next to last Froakie of this line being sent out right now. The Black Knight is a level 20 general. Ooh, so we are talking Fire Emblem. And hello, Gaming with Elijah, and more. Good evening. Welcome to our stream tonight for some Wonder Trading. Almost said some Wi-Fi battling. I'm all Wi-Fi battled out these past couple nights. If you guys didn't see that, well, feel free. Get yourself a nice big old bag of popcorn, grab a nice drink, sit back for like at least 3 hours per stream. That was a lot of battling. But it was awesome and well worth the time spent. You get 3 excellent throws in a row. That'll be pretty interesting. That was a pretty cheeky joke of mine, eh? Yeah, I'm kind of sneaky like that in a way. You've done Renaissance Fair since you were 5. No clean mind. Okay. And hello, Miracle the Sylveon. Welcome to our Wonder Trading stream tonight. If you are doing some wonder trading of your own, you might be able to sync up and get some of these cool Pokemon I'm sending out right now, such as the last of our, well, we still have another one to send out, but our Protein Froakie. I'm only doing half the boxes tonight because the stream is very, very long, but I'm going to do another one on Thursday to follow up with the remainder of the Pokemon in these boxes. This is going to be quite a lot of trading. You've been working on the 3 Excellent Throws quest for 2 days. Best of luck. I would say my suggestion for that, find a Pokemon that has like a really big circle. Like, are Whalmer in your area? Because Whalmer are huge on your screen. And, excuse me, they have the best chance, or the best timing to try to get your excellent throws on that. Just recently, if you guys watched the Pokemon Go video that went up today, my buddy Tool Dude was on the Mew quest to make an excellent curveball throw. A lot of people see that quest and they immediately they feel daunted by it because they're like, how am I gonna land? We got a Chimchar. I love Chimchar. Its idle animation is the best. I'm getting sick. I better stop this. Anyways, a lot of people think that's kind of difficult, the excellent curveball throw. It was a piece of cake for me. Like I said to people, though, the reason is, whenever I'm going out and about, I don't have my other phone right here, but I'm holding my old phone up here to record my face, and I've got my game here. So every time I would throw the ball, my thumb would naturally go to the side, so the ball would go off this way. So I had to learn from day one to spin it the other way, throw it, and then it curves back in. So I've had training since day one to get the curveball throw, so I didn't find that one too hard, but if I didn't have that level of training, I could see that could be a pretty daunting task. Alright, let's recap this line of Pokemon that we have just gotten. We have a Klutz. We have a Klutz Baniri, quirky nature with Defense, Curl, Splash, Pound, and Foresight. We next got a Swift Swim, Gentle Magikarp. Could you imagine a Gentle Gyarados? I can't. Splash attack with some good stats. Look at that. That looks like it comes from the Game Boy. It doesn't have the symbol, though. We now have a Bold Illusion Zorua with Shadow Ball, Fury Swipes, Pursuit, and Dark Pulse. Decent looking stats as well. We have a quirky pickup Mauzi from Germany. Fury Swipes, Screech, Feint Attack, and Taunt. Decent stats all around there. We have a Bashful Dancer Oricorio with Pound, Growl, Peck, and Helping Hand. And last but not least, I wanted Iron Fist. This could have been one of our Pokemon. It's actually female, though. I could breed more of these. A Naive Blaze Chimchar with Scratch, Leer, Encore, and Counter. And maximum speed stat. Not bad. Okay, now, the last full line of Pokemon. Sending out some Kadabra. Once we get caught up on the replay, we'll start sending some of these out there. And, whew, we're almost done the stream here, folks. Thanks for sticking around with me the entire time. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves, and hopefully I'm giving you some cool tidbits and information about some aspects of the world of Pokemon while we're at it. Alright, so anyone that gets these Kadabra, of course, boom, instant Alakazam, with max special attack IVs, max speed IVs, and timid nature, timid? I think timid, which is attack down and speed up. Alright, let's see here. Team Rocket Pumpkin wants to battle and is going to lurk. Well, welcome, Pumpkin. Thanks for popping in once again with our stream. Noivern Fan 23. Well, first we have Soft from Ontario, Canada as our trade partner. You're playing through Ultra Moon again, and my opinion on your team, Swampert, Arcanine, Electivire, Glalie, Araquanid, and Alolan Raticate. I guess that's not bad. When I see 2 water types, I'm thinking, would that be the best? But I guess Swampert's only weakness is grass, and Araquanid part resists that, so that's probably a pretty good team. Do you have good speed? Well, Electivire is good for speed, for sure. And you got some good defensiveness in some of those as well. So yeah, I think that could probably be a pretty good team. Does your Arcanine have Intimidate? Because that could be good to lower the enemy's attack stat, for sure. Warning, Master Core approaching. Master Core. Is that from Smash Brothers? Smash Brothers 4, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's send out another Kadabra. Yeah, nice learning how to throw that way. Like I said, it was just my natural way that I had to learn how to play the game, because otherwise, like, the first time that I found a Zubat was probably one of my hardest catches on the first few days, because the Zubat, the Zubat, it moves around like this, right? It's all crazy. You can't ever get that. I'm trying to throw straight, and the balls are going curving anyway, so I had to learn quick. I had a random thought today. It'd be kind of cool as just a nice casual live stream. What if I was to sit back and start rewatching some of the older videos and just see how far this channel has come? Like maybe watch episode 1 of each series that I put up here. Like, if I watch the first episode of Pokemon Blue, I might be somewhat cringy because that was before I even had face cam capability. It was just gameplay screen and my voiceover. In fact, the first episode, I didn't even have a layout. It was just the footage of the game. So that might be kind of fun to go back and watch some of the older episodes and get us all caught up here. Alright, another Kadabra. Also, these all have hidden ability Kadabra as well here. And Glaceon is back. Welcome back to the stream. Josh was hoping to get one of these Kadabra. Hopefully you can get this for sure. Now, my thought is as soon as we're done this live stream with this and then the next one on Thursday, I'm going to somewhat, retire these Pokemon. Julianne from France is up next for our trading. So these Pokemon are going to sort of, not permanently, I guess. I'm going to say temporary hiatus. We're going to retire them to my Pokemon bank. I'm going to keep the parent partners, though, so they will be able to come back at some point. But I'm going to try to, clear the board a little bit and start bringing in some new Pokemon and keep things fresh and interesting. But what I really like is the fact that those of you who have won these as prizes or maybe got them off Wonder Trade, you can bring these into future battle streams. And I'd like to see some of these Pokemon come back. That's why I felt bad that I didn't nickname the Totodile that I was giving out in the battle stream, the first one on Friday. Because I like seeing the nicknames come back. Like when Sailor Pika, if you're here, when I saw you using Patrick and I believe you had Skippy. Who else did you use? You basically used everybody. Simon or Simone. It was cool seeing all those Pokemon come back because I put all that work into breeding them up for you. So your Arcanine is the fastest Pokemon, and your Swampert is the hardest hitter. Awesome stuff. It is, if need be, Arcanine can learn Solar Beam, right? Actually, Arcanine can learn Wonder Charge, Wild Charge. Case from Germany, next up for our trade partner. But yeah, you can get some pretty good type coverage with your team, for sure. And Pumpkin is going to be trading as well. Awesome stuff. Joshua, you hate Zubat in Pokemon Go. I can see that. I can understand that. I'm not too upset with it. I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, if I need to catch it, it's there. It does take a few Pokeballs sometimes. I hate when you land the ball, though. And you're like, finally, after 7 balls went flying everywhere, you caught it. And then it breaks out and keeps flapping around. It's like, would you just stay in that ball? Hello to Mark Blackledge. You're asking, can we battle? Not tonight. Admittedly, I'm all battled out. If you weren't here the past couple nights, that was a lot of Wi-Fi battling, but tonight's more of just a Wonder Trade stream anyway, so we're not doing any battles for the time being. Next time we'll be doing some battles. Well, for Wi-Fi battling will be this coming Friday, as I get back to my standard rotation of using a Fire-type team for Cinnabar Island. But, of course, on Wednesday, the Warp Ride Wednesday, will be a Battle Royal. And I'm going to try to do something a little bit different for the Battle Royal that time. I'm going to basically go into my friends list, and I'll see who is active in the friends list at that time. And from that list, I'll randomly select 3 players. Because it got really mixed up last time, trying to get people to throw their names in, do a random number generator, decide who's going to be in it, and sometimes those people weren't even connected anymore, so. Yeah, it's just going to be based off of who's in the friends list at that point, but that's not till Wednesday anyway. Joshua says, if you get one of these, you promise to keep it and use it against me. I mean, that just kind of makes sense, too, because it's a pretty decent Alakazam once it does evolve up. And Sailor Pika, I'm glad my Pokemon are working out well for you. That's what I'm making them for. I was saying to somebody, first of all, I'm going to need to get a drink of water pretty soon, but we're almost done. I can hold out. I was saying to somebody, in a way, the fact that I'm putting all this effort into making these Pokemon to give out as prizes, I could see it as I'm pleading. Please come watch my videos. Please be part of my community. I'm giving you really nice things. But it's I guess there's maybe that aspect of it, but it's more a matter of if you guys are going to be here anyway, I want to make it worth your while, so I'm going to give you some really cool stuff, and I got the time to put into breeding up some cool Pokemon. So, why not do that, right? Yeah, Ghastly can be kind of annoying, too. I found with Ghastly, you got to kind of throw really far, and it doesn't look like it's that far away, but it really is far back. So, that's what I like about some of the Pokemon. You have to learn, where are they in relative position to you? Are they close to you? Are they far back? And, how much of a curve, if you're going to use curveballs, you need to put on it, and how hard you get to throw it. It's really neat, though. Each species has its own kind of a feel to it. Now, I think... Was that the last Kadabra? We have one left. That was the last one right there. Alright, so that is all the Kadabra. Joshua, if you didn't get one, unfortunately, you got to wait till Thursday. But like I say, I might bring these back at some point. because I think some people like these species. Alright, so our first trade was with an Adamant Overgrow Rowlet with Tackle and Leafage. That's a keeper. Next we have Magikarp, Careful Nature with Swift Swim, with Splash at level 13. That's a Pokemon banker. Next we've got ourselves a Fletchling with the Big Peck's ability, Gentle Nature, Quick Attack, Peck, Agility, and Flail. And kind of basic stats on that. We now have another Swift Swim Magikarp with the Adamant Nature, Splash, Tackle, and Flail at level 42. We got a Trevenant, which is a Trade Evolution Pokemon, but was already evolved for us. That was pretty cool. Mild Nature with the ability of Frisk. We got Tackle, Confuse Ray, and Shadow Claw. Not bad indeed. And we got a Bounsweet, a Frubberol. Lax Nature with Oblivious, Knowing Splash, and fantastic defense and special attack. Alright, let us now scroll back. We've only got a handful left. We're all done with Brock's for the day. Misty's box is done as well. I've got 2 more Electrike to send out. So I can't move them right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start off here. So once we're in the Surge box, I see I'm ready to do the trade, I will click away. We'll get caught up on the chat as well. Yanma is annoying to catch and go, Miranda is saying. Admittedly, I don't have a lot of Yanma in my area. On occasion they've been spawning in some areas, but they don't show up a lot. But I am happy that I have over 100 candies for my Yanma right now. Because pretty soon when Gen 4 comes in, somehow we're going to have a way to evolve into Yanmega. And I wonder what they're going to do with that. Some things like Tangela, Yanma, Piloswine. Who else? Some other species, I think. You need to know the move Ancient Power and level up to evolve into those new forms. How are they going to represent that in Pokemon Go? They could simply say they're going to add, a new attack to its move pool, and you could, go for a Charge TM. Joshua is our trade partner for this Electrike, so you could possibly TM it to have Ancient Power and then evolve it. That seems like a lot of effort, though. I mean, you have to work to get the TM. You got to randomly hope it becomes Ancient Power. So I don't think they would go that route, but then I can't think what else they would do. All right, in the next battle stream, you'll be able to be in. Northern Fan says you're gonna bring your shiny purple Rockwooded, and I look forward to seeing that purple shiny for sure. Purple is, of course, my favorite color. And Spidey Motion says, "Can I not use Mega Blaziken in the gym battles?" Well, you see, Mega Blaziken can be dealt with. However, you'll be happy to know that with our standard gym battles, these next 6 weeks, I'm only using Pokemon that I've collected throughout my main series playthroughs. Fire Red, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Pearl, White, Pokemon X, and Sun. Moon. So, worry not, I did not ever really get Blaziken on my team, so you don't need to worry about that. I really have limited Pokemon to use for these battles, but what I like about what I'm doing is these 6 weeks, I'm hoping to build a connection with the viewers to some of the Pokemon that I've had since way back in 2003 when Sapphire first came out. It was 2003, wasn't it? Because, for example, my Swampert Skippy, based on the way the games were released, he is my oldest Pokemon. He is, what is that? He's 15 years old, which is crazy to think about. Was it 2003? Might have been 2001. He might be 17 years old. He's an old-timer for sure, but yeah, that's what I like is, some of these Pokemon I've had for so long. I can show you the ribbons. Can I show ribbons here? I can in a little bit. I'll show you ribbons and I'll tell you what I'm talking about, but, I'm using those Pokemon in the main battles. They're not the most powerful Pokemon, to be sure, but, I like them. They're cool, and they've been with me for so long. So it's a little easier for you to beat me on those particular gym battle days. But of course, every time I give out a prize Pokemon, I keep one for myself and prepare that for our big mid-season showdowns. Alright, so we're going to send out the only Snivy left for this half of the box. Let's see if anyone can get this Contrary Patrick. And see what we get caught up on again. So Josh was saying that you will win on Thursday. You might not, because Thursday is a Wonder Trade night. But I think you mean Friday, our next battle. I might have said Thursday by myself, or by mistake myself anyway, so... whoever said it, I'm sure you mean the next Wi-Fi battles. And your team for Ultra Sun, Unknown Spike says, is Noivern, Incineroar, Rockwooded, Malamar, Magnezone, and Mimikyu. You got some good type coverage. You got the Water, Fire, and Electric. I don't see grass, but with a Noivern, you might not need grass typing, because you can just do some serious damage anyway with Boom Burst. Can I trade Kadabra for Kadabra in the GTS? Well, you can do that. You can set up a Kadabra and ask for Kadabra in response, and both players will get an Alakazam that way. And Grindin XD, your username is Grindin XD. Makes sense. We got, was that Quirtle? Quirtle! That's almost like a Squirtle, except fire typing. And you got another Larvitar. Nice, Joshua. You mean in the Wonder Trading, or do you mean another quest in Pokemon Go? That might be kind of difficult. Alright, so I've got one Froakie right here. I do have to hold on to one from battle we did not conclude last night. That is for Ninja Duat. But we have this one right here. Our last one of the night. But, of course, I've got another, what is that, 13 for next Thursday. Or, sorry, this Thursday coming up. And let's wait for the replay to update. And we are ready to send this one out. Let's move. And it looks like you guys are going to be some trading. Okay, awesome stuff. What do I do with the other half of the boxes? Well, these ones, like, since I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now, so I don't want to stream for too long. Since there are so many boxes to trade out, I'm going to cut it at the halfway point tonight. The remainder of the Pokemon that are in these boxes, I'm going to save until Thursday for our next Wonder Trade night. So I still have many more to send out. Simply put, I don't want to waste too much of your folks' time tonight. We're going to end off after the 2 hours. But we will still have plenty more for the future. And Jaden from Minnesota is up next. I did say Thursday. Yeah, I'm sure I did. I'm a fool. I don't know my days of the week. I don't know my weeks of the year. And every time you play Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you know, everyone says you choose Swampert. I really do like Swampert for just a Pokemon in general. It's only got the one weakness. Could you imagine in a double battle? Ooh, I just got a really nasty idea. Since we're doing double battles this coming week for the channel, what if I was to skill swap Sapsipper onto my Swampert? That's a lot of alliteration with the letter S. But it could be sweet. It could be sneaky. Alright, we got that one done. Let's go over to... what else we have here? No, that's it! That was the last trade of the night. So, as Kathleen, I believe Kathleen Young was asking, the other half of these Pokemon that you see in these boxes will be reserved until Thursday for another Wonder Trade night. And I gotta show you guys the ribbons. Hang on. So let's talk about my little Squirtle, for example. We're gonna check the summary. We're not gonna click trade. I ain't trading him out. We can see the ribbons. So this is a Pokemon I've had since Fire Red. He was my starter in Fire Red, representing my Pokemon Blue team originally. Scald, Rock Tomb, Icy Wind, Rapid Spin. That's all well and good. He is a quirky natured. He's got Torrent, but boom! Look at this. I love the ribbons. I'm a huge fan of commemorating what my Pokemon have done. They've been through. He's the Alola champion. He is a Battle Royal master. He's gone through all these other championships. He is a contest master. He has trained hard. He's my best friend. He's a skillful battler. I love it. He put in effort too. But I love ribbons. It's so cool. He's beaten Trainer Red at Mount Silver. He has gone through Mount Battle in the Ore region. And he has a nice footprint. So I love doing stuff like that. Ribbons are amazing. Yeah, a lot of my Pokemon are decked out with ribbons like that. But okay, that is going to be a wrap for tonight. So I want to say, first of all, I'm going to click off of Shelbert in case I accidentally click trade. There we go. So that is a wrap for tonight. Thank you folks for hanging out tonight. Come on back on Thursday if you like Wonder Trading. We have a whole other half a box of each of those species to be trading out to finish up and clear out some space for the upcoming 6 coming weeks of Wi-Fi battles, with next one starting on Friday. I said it right this time. With me using a Fire-type team. Remember, the flat rules will be in effect, which means Mythicals can't be used, certain Legendaries can't be used. Format will be double battles, but I'm sure you guys can destroy me regardless, and I'm going to start breeding up some cool Pokemon. And go to my Twitter, linked in the description. Leave your feedback on my pinned tweet on what fire type you would like to see me breed up as a prize for our upcoming gym battles. And Sailor Pika, Shelbert is everything. You love it. Awesome. I love Shelbert too. I love all my Pokemon. Maybe someday when I'm not in the Wonder Trade screen, I'll show you all those ribbons. I don't want to risk tapping trade by mistake. I know you still got to confirm yes or no, but I don't want to take any chances. Alright, every mud kipping time when you see a beast ball, you think it's Guzzlord. Alright, but I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight. Thanks folks for hanging out. If you are new to the channel, you're also, of course, always welcome to subscribe for some more regular Pokemon content. The next video will be another stream tomorrow for Pokemon Go. I'm going to go out tomorrow, get choked up, harvest up a bunch of gifts, and we'll do a Pokemon Go gifting session. I'm going to aim for around 5 o'clock Atlantic time. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to set up the event so you guys can see what that is, your local time, so we can try to bring more people in from other parts of the world and stuff like that. I know sometimes these streams are like middle of the night for some people that are on the other side of the planet, so I want to try to keep things nice and rotating for as many people as possible. Alright, that is going to be it for tonight. Yes, Joshua Pokemon Goer. See you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Will that be Zubat or Noibat? Or Swoobat? Or Patrat? Anyway, that's going to be it. Thank you again, folks. Professor Chaz is signing off. And as always, thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll catch you next time. Have y'all selves a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, whatever time it happens to be in your neck of the woods.